Hey guys, you ready to update a fucking program? Cause I sure do. Oh man, Dawn's got some fucking energy here. I love this awful looking creature.
This little fucking gremlin.
I also know that Heathcliff's bat is supposed to say revenge, but it just looks like it says avenue here.
I should warn you early to give us eyes.
What, you want to see me update my package?
Yes. I love looking at packages.
Well, you're gonna have to pay for that on my OnlyFans. You'll be the one customer.
너도 야자야? 다른 사람들은
So I
어쩜
didn't
그렇게
catch it
의자에
with
못
the last
박힌 듯
event,
앉아있을
but
수 있는 거야?
with what was it?
진짜 못을 박았나?
Was it the Magic Hell Bus before this one event? It also did like backdoor thing detected.
Yeah.
But I didn't catch it last time, so you saw that. Oh, I need energy for this, don't I? So I don't want to fucking extract. Art reissue. Is it just Otis's ego?
Yeah.
Just Otis's ego.
It's
the other
an
one
ego
you get
banner.
from the event.
Rudolta! Though apparently in this game it's labeled as Holiday.
I don't know whether this qualifies as spoilers or not because it doesn't actually come up in the thing, but that's not Rudolta. That's Sandolph.
Ah. My good buddy
So it's an
Sandalphon. I'll give it a fucking pull, whatever.
If you get it first try, please know that I will have infinite hatred.
I got it first try, haha.
With this infinite hatred, I give you this gift. It's a knuckle sandwich.
Sadly, no luck. Though I got a lot of Jeff Sinclairs.
El Jefe.
너도 야자야?
If it were a better identity, I would give it
다른
the
사람들은
respect it
어쩜 그렇게
deserves.
의자에
But
못
since
박힌 듯
it's
앉아있을
like
수 있는 거야?
the lowest
Yeah.
tier, I call it Jeff
진짜 못을
Sinclair.
박았나?
It's really sad for the absolute meme that Ida is too.
No, that's not what I want to do. Here we go. Miracle in District 20. 26 days. Oh, Oi, crackhead, get cracking. Oh, clockhead. I thought that's it. I thought Heathcliff was calling us a crackhead. If you see other Limbus events, it's another one of these. Basically, we get a interstitial plot beat in between chapters to, set it for the next sinner. But also, are you ready to fucking grind your brains out?
You better be.
Only one important thing you have, and that's Heathcliff's ego.
Yeah, the big prize here is Heathcliff gets a new ego. It's a level 1, and it's just Greg's ego actually.
It's better actually because you look at it. So repeat the above process. 2 plus highest gluttony, a resonance.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Times?
I'm glad that they're including actual buffs for promoting match 3 logic.
Yeah.
Like get those colors connected, and you'll get prizes.
So you actually get like a better chance to get the thing you actually fucking want. But then again, it's only 1 potency, so.
I think the big thing is that I don't know if there's a green build yet.
Rupture.
Oh, Rupture's green, huh?
By and large, yeah. 7 Association, like their big attacks are almost all green.
Okay.
7 Faust, 7 Heathcliff. I mean, we sang his 2 is green, and 7 Otis. Her 1 is green, but 7 Ryoshu also has her 3 is green.
I like how it's 5.5-1. Our wait in the lake grows even longer. One by one, the sinners begin succumbing to tedium. Then Heathcliff suddenly and anxiously calls over to Virgilius. I still love fucking Ahab surviving. As our voyage on the Great Lake extends, the list of things to keep the sinners entertained grows ever smaller. In a way, it sounds like a serious problem, but... Guys? Ain't we got any fun stories to tell? No, for the 13th time. I suppose repeating the exact same phrase that many times is a talent, if it could be even called that. If you're having trouble recalling what you said moments ago. Man, Otis is fucking going off.
She's just as irritated as Rhodia is, really.
She has repeated that phrase 28 times, to be precise. At 30, I was planning to verify if she has suffered any damages to her occipital... occipital region? Huh. I get it. I'm just that bored, Kay. There's nothing to do anymore. I'm tired of playing the same game of backgammon again and again. Good. I got a job for you then. How about you start feeding this seagull on time for once? Somehow it became my responsibility after all of you got tired of taking care of it. That's honestly what I expected from Ryoshu.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have to let the seagull go once we get out of the Great Lake anyways. Why'd you even let yourself get attached to it? Just look at her. The way she looks at you. Those woeful eyes. What? Your average seagull eyes? It was abundantly clear that the sinners were starting to slowly expire from boredom. Well, it's not really a problem that has a solution. And I have zero interesting stories to tell, considering that I'm an amnesiac, so... all I could do is sit here and watch the sinners suffer. Putting them through the daily trials of the mirror dungeon wasn't the most exciting activity either, even though the gods up top said, hey, don't do your mirror dungeon quite yet. Wait for the event, mister. Speaking of which, Heathcliff appears to be the one least affected by this mess. Well, not that he was all calm and aloof out, that is. I'd say he's anxious. Oi, Virgilius? That's really good. No, it's for so it's now
I was just doing the
now it's a
fucking senior Sir Pello.
A frosty silence descended upon the sinners, and the source of that frost was the inexplicable event that played out before their eyes. Huh? Oh, Heathcliff, have you gone insane? Did you finally snap? This must be the side effect of the consultations. Maybe we could call this sense of self-preservation loss syndrome or something like that. Heathcliff? Shut your traps, I ain't mad! My sense of self-preservation is just fine. Impressive, Heathcliff. I rarely found myself so surprised in this series of misadventures so far. But this is one of those rare occasions. Speak. What's your business? It's the, our next destination is T-Corp, innit? Do you really need me to answer that? You know what I'm talking about. Patience, Heathcliff. Though that seems to be a virtue that most of you lack. If everything goes according to flow, you'll make it to your appointment on time. I don't know why Virgilius is sounding evil right now, but it's like all I could picture here. Like he's just like a guy doing the fucking Gendo Ikari pose. Since I had no context for any of that, all I could do was sit here and watch as Heathcliff scratch the back of his head. I'm still out of the loop, but Heathcliff must be really anxious about something if he's willing to talk to Virgilius first. And after all that, that's not... What else could possibly be more important than... Wait. Heathcliff turned around to face us. Wait. Any of you... got any history with T-Corp? Show of hands, now. I have, in a way. I resided in that place. That's right! That's right! Yisung was in the Sepia dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But we already did you, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Then, yeah, soon it'll be... We're still in the middle of this mad lake. Oh wait, Clockhead, what's today's date? How would I know? What, can't you tell the date? You have a clock for a head. But clocks and calendars are different things. Ugh. Heath, that's your 13th sigh today. Keep doing that and you might just huff and puff our boat to pieces. Yep, T-Corp was the sepia area, because... What was it? Colors aren't allowed to exist in T-Corp?
More like colors or privileges.
Hmm. Which is really weird, because brown is still a color.
I mean, if everything's the same color, then nothing has any color.
True, but I feel like monochromia is black and white, even though, like, you know, semantics.
I mean, technically, monochromacy, colorblindness, is that everything is... All of your cones are situated towards one area of the fucking color spectrum, but... I feel like we're getting into technicalities here.
Why are you yellow? Because I forgot to change that from the fucking Asta Libra stream.
Pisswang.
It's supposed to be a gold skull, but they don't do gold in fucking hue shift. Shut up!
If only you had an artist friend.
Tell us, Heathcliff. Your turn's coming up, isn't it? And whatever it is awaits you there, you're gonna have to prepare yourself for it. Yeah, I suppose. There's no use hiding it anymore. After some time. Right. So, to summarize, Heathcliff's starting to feel like his turn's coming up now that Ishmael's had her time in the ringer. And he's got good reason to believe that, because Virgilius handed him something in the last consultation that affirms his suspicions. And according to that something, he'll need some fancy clothes and whatnot to refine his looks before we get to T-Corp. But since we're still so far from escaping the lake, you're starting to feel restless, right? Right on. So, yeah.
I can't believe Highwing's fucking dead. It's so sudden, too. I mean, they kind of, Tyrion, they kind of sussed it out.
Hi, I love interruptions. What's up?
I'm just talking to Tyrion. They kind of sussed it out around Yi Sang's turn, where Dante was like, hey, it was around Sinclair's turn, where Dante went, hey, I'm noticing a pattern where every time you announce our next destination, somebody has a moment, so...
And then Heathcliff's like, ah, shit, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yup.
Heathcliff's, like, taking this very, like, gracefully, too, where Yi-sung was very despondent and Ishmael was kind of panicking and Sinclair kind of pissed himself. Heathcliff's like, ah, fuck. Alright. Just very, like, very resignated, but still, like, willing to just get this over with.
I wouldn't say resignation is what he's going through right now.
Yeah, so there's not much you could do about that before we hit solid ground, is there? Aw, come on, Heath. That's it? Don't you worry, I can definitely help you with that as soon as we find land, okay? We don't even know how far away from land we are! Dante, we have reached the end of the scheduled work period for the sinners. Huh? Oh, no, yeah. I hereby confirm today's close of business for the sinners. I reflexively said my usual routine piece as the light alarm played. Man, that wasn't even a big deal then. I was hoping to see an act of dramatic bloodshed for once. Well, at least he wasn't trying to stir up trouble, for once. Also, wow, this song is loud. The sinners each got up from their seats, yawned and stretched, and one by one disappeared into the back door. Oh, wait, Clockhead. Didn't you know they knocked your wits along with your head? sorry, but Gregor isn't completely wrong, is he? Can't you even mince words at this point? Ugh! Virgilius and Charon also walked into the back door, mocking grins on their faces. God. I just imagine it's like fucking Spy Family. Charon just has the Anya face.
True.
And I was left alone in the ship's cabin, staring awkwardly next to the severely crestfallen Heathcliff. It actually fits perfectly because Virgil would just have Lloyd's like just usual nonplussed face, but Charon would just have this smug smile. Well? Wait. There was another.
Sir Heathcliff!
Huh? What are you doing out here, girl? Run along, you. Go gush about the high and mighty fixers at T-Corp or something.
I shall have plenty of time for that later. Yet, thou shalt do well to treat me well, Sir Heathcliff.
So before the stream, Tiger Reporter was like, hey, I want to voice Don Quixote here.
I have but one request of thee.
What? What?
Hold! Allow me to finish. Manager Esquire, Sir Heathcliff, come hither. Hush, hush.
Just imagine Heathcliff's just getting ready to, like, beam Don Quixote, but she just, like, instantly goes in for the shush, and he's just completely, disarmed. Don Quixote wore a confident smile. She slowly, gingerly walked over to presently and temporarily vacant Charon's seat, and whispered ever so silently to us.
Forsooth, I have devised a splendid plan for thee.
A carjacking? Is this what this sounds like? I can't believe Don Quixote's like, I'm gonna jack the car today.
Oh, don't worry, it's dumber than that.
A tempting offer. Don Quixote brought us to the helm of the ship. There it was, the monitor that Faust had analyzed whenever we had a backdoor volatility. And there they were again, those unknown symbols. Seagull. So, what is this splendid plan of yours? I don't think there were words in this world expressive enough to describe that look on Heathcliff's face. It was certain that he had very scant expectations for Don Quixote and her plans, but there was this sliver of hope in his face that maybe, just maybe, Don Quixote might rise to the occasion. For once. It was unclear whether Heathcliff's internal struggle mattered much to Don Quixote, however. She began excitedly describing her plan.
Didst thou, Sir Heathcliff, ever hear tale of the ancient and legendary fixer of Devyat Association, the Red Sack?
That's a terrible fixer name. That's...
How darest thee?
That's so bad. It's just like the word sack has no heroic annotations to it. It can only be described as either a health condition or a robbery. What, like Virgilius?
It is said that the legendary Red Sack carried out his deliveries, no matter how terrible the rain or how arduous the journey, to all corners of the city. And with him was his sidekick, Reindeer Man.
I can't tell if this is like a weird cryptid story or like a tokusatsu plot. I don't know if that's just because I watched a movie like that recently.
Forsooth, his magnificence hath given away gratuitous gifts for children of the city that he deemed to be kind.
This is such a weird interpretation that Santa's just a fucking fixer.
'Tis but common knowledge, Sir Heathcliff. He appeareth on the front cover of the Fixer's Monthly every winter.
Really? Don Quixote asked, sounding genuinely shocked to learn that Heathcliff did not know of the Red Sack. God, you know what this has energies of? This is like fucking Fairly Odd Parents tier superhero name. Like you have the Crimson
Chin.
You have the Crimson Chin, and then you have like the knockoff comic, the Red Sack. It is just a dude. No, I have to stop here. What makes you think I'd ever read rags like that?
Fire! Ay to thee, ranks thou sayest, Manager Esquire, surely thou hast heard of this magnificent publication.
I knocked on my ticking clock head. I didn't really feel the need to spell it out for her.
So none of thee has subscribed to it, then mine words fell on deaf ears. Anyhow, what matters to thee, Sir Heathcliff, is thou endeavoureth to make thyself more presentable than anyone else for this occasion, is it not?
Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be Heathcliff goes through all of this to get a Christmas sweater. I'm so ready. Finally getting to the point, huh? Go on.
Marry, good sir, a costume most befitting that occasion would be those of the red sack and his sidekick reindeer man.
I imagine Tiger is in fact doing the Don Quixote VA things, but also we haven't heard like the sound of an impact yet, so we'll get confirmation.
I haven't had to lean away from the mic yet.
This isn't gonna end well, is it? What, like those ridiculous fixers whatever?
'Tis not ridiculous, fie, thou hast not even deigned to indulge mine only wish that we would cosplay Fixers de Atodessa Ardiente together. Thou hast not even given it a chance indeed. Speak not on a matter thou know not about.
Okay, so A, impressive, I didn't know that that's how it was pronounced. And B, she's still on about the cosplay, huh? What's all this talk about a splendid plan? I thought you were actually going somewhere, but it all comes around to this fixer nonsense again, huh? I don't even have the energy to beat sense into you. I'll get to that later. 5 hits to the noggin should do it. When the sliver of hope on Heathcliff's face was beginning to rapidly fade.
Prithee, share thy thoughts of the fixes that we have laid our eyes upon thus far.
What?
Embarrassing, were they? Remember, were they not fancy and impeccably dressed? Close not thy eyes and heart. Speak.
I don't know about... Who the fuck was in K-Corp, their superhero?
Siegfried.
I don't know if he was immaculately dressed. No, I made the decision to not do Dokapon because I did not want to end the year on Dokapon.
Yeah, that's fair. But also, well, yeah.
But also what?
Like, I mean, generally, fixers are generally dressed in suits, so...
True. Absolutely embarrassing sods, yeah? That spandex bloke for that spandex bloke for K-Court looks like he left right out of a circus.
Yay! Lord Siegfried was not embarrassing. I say that his outfit was rather dashing, wouldn't you agree? Allow me to explain to thee the materials of its fabric so they understanding. Excuse me, huh? Hie thee hither, Sir Heathcliff. I am yet unfinished.
I'm not done talking to you. Oh, I missed something. Why is the girl so hyper today?
Thank you, Silmar. Well, Lord Siegfried is a special outlier, mayhaps, but dost thou not agree that most fixers are all rather well dressed and wore honor upon their sleeves?
Yeah, no, somebody reposted Siegfried in Discord. Yeah, like, nah. That...
Yeah, he dressed like a fucking clown, but that's not who Don's talking about.
Honor upon their what? I don't know about that, but I suppose they were quite posh.
Exactly! Follow the eye, and thou shalt see thyself dressed as impeccably and impressively as the fixers are.
I also gotta apologize, I will never be cockney enough to do Heathcliff properly, but here we are.
How dare you.
Is that right? Thought I knew shite all about clothes or make myself look fancy. Right. So, let's say I go along with your plan. Where are we gonna get them clothes? Honestly, everyone was right. What are we gonna pick up clothes in the middle of a fucking lake?
Aha! Yet I have thought of that as well. Recall the events of yesterday, the sirens that echoed across this bus, dost thou remember?
Now that I think about it, there was a siren yesterday. It went off not long before I announced the close of business for the day. But Faust said that backdoor volatility wasn't anything for us to worry about.
Yet I was curious. How indeed doth Faust determine which volatility is useful and which is not? Thus, as we were all crowded by the back door, preoccupied with returning to their respective quarters, I have, secretly and stealthily, availed myself the chance to take a glance at the screen.
So there's a lot going on here. A, cute toys here. This is great. B, what's up with the number pad?
Very mysterious.
Also, we have Santa stuff here. So you took a peek at the screen? You know how to read those complex symbols?
Nay, I myself had little hope of recognizing them. Yet, when I looked into them, I could very easily tell what the particular symbols on that device indicated. Forsooth, 'twas symbols of the red sack and the reindeer man, and next to them was a symbol indicating posh outfits.
I mean, she's right. No, it can't be that simple. Yeah, no, it can't be that simple. I agreed with Heathcliff. However, Don Quixote remained enthusiastic as ever, as though she was already expecting him to say that.
Dost thou know, every so often certain symbols appear on the numerous doors past the back door.
Huh?
Every respite, every passing glance, I made sure to watch them carefully. And 'twas yesterday when, in the corner, I spied myself the exact door with the exact same symbol that I witnessed on the screen.
Don Quixote, you didn't.
'Tis my nature as an adventurer, manager Esquire, mine inability to quell the burning, adventurous spirit. I prostrate before thee. Know that I have taken the sneakiest of peeks. Marry, 'twas not too foolhardy. I have taken only a small peek. And if I told thee what I witnessed from within, that all my deductions and predictions have been proven true.
Is this fucking The Nightmare Before Christmas, but Limbus Company? Don Quixote going, what's this? Forsooth, there's magic in the air!
Could thee find within thyself compassion to spare mine soul?
I don't know. You absolute muppet, why the bloody hell do you keep doing what everybody tells you not to? Right, Heathcliff. I just don't understand why people keep doing things that everyone tells them not to. I remember when Heathcliff ignored all warnings and went to the restricted areas past the area of the corridor that we weren't allowed to use. We almost lost Heathcliff that day. Didn't expect to see the word Muppet in this. Remember, Heathcliff is very Cockney.
Extremely British.
It was a tad different this time, however. Back then, Heathcliff had no idea what was beyond that door. And this time, we do. Are you suggesting that we call everyone over to explore that place?
Nay, the three of us will be more than sufficient to handle this task. All tales begin with a party of three indeed.
Ah, I see Don Quixote plays JRPGs. You're just scared of the consultation, aren't you?
I have nary a clue as to what you may be referring to.
The answer to this predicament was right there. Tell them it's too dangerous and shove them back in their respective rooms to rest up for tomorrow.
Manager Esquire, that zone, indeed, it appeared to be a place most peaceful to mine eyes. 'Tis a simple task, is it not? All that we seek to do is enter there and avail ourselves of a few sets of clothes for Heathcliff.
It was obvious that Don Quixote wasn't helping Heathcliff out of pure kindness of her heart. Maybe she hungered for an adventure, or maybe she thought she might be able to do that cosplay of the Fixer she's so... I like how this is... Everyone's just like, what are you on about? Cosplay? What? But if we could find Heathcliff some nice clothes to put his heart at ease, then... maybe I could do something just about this before things get out of control. Just like it did last time when I just let a singer's anxiety stew and exacerbate. Fine! But we're turning around at the first sign of danger. Seriously? Come on, you were willing to do it if it meant you could pick up some clothes. Well, I suppose we'll be okay as long as Clockhead's with us.
Well said. Then let us reconvene tonight before Manager Esquire's quarters. We shall knock in the following rhythm. Knock, 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 knock. Then thou shalt whisper a secret code, to which then I shall...
Just go get some sleep.
Oh.
I really hope this won't be a waste of time. We agreed on a precise time before returning to our respective rooms. We're gonna meet up at 4:20:69 seconds. Let's go. Sack! We entered the back door Don Quixote claimed to have seen. In it was what appeared to be a factory. Clearly not her first time in this establishment, Don Quixote called over to someone. Oh, this is good. This is really good.
It's time for Envy Gang.
Yeah, sure. They're just like, hey, motherfucker, you are only getting these two sinners. A dark, silent night. All was sound asleep.
Thus we assemble.
This better be worth the trouble.
It will be worth every trouble, of course. Now come hither.
We quietly and sneakily followed Don Quixote, taking care not to make a noise. Also, I kind of forgot to level Dim Middleton. I, this season, have had the bad habit of getting the new identity and immediately leveling it to 40, and then testing it out, and thus I am now threadbare and struggling with the XP for other stuff.
Oh, hey, same.
I have learned quickly that, Sync Otis and LCCB Ryoshi are kinda butt. Are we really crossing this line? Bloody hell, lass! I don't know what happened last time I crossed it!
Alas, it will be different this time. All we must do is follow the corner immediately to the right of this delineation and open the door here.
Don Quixote has real, like, Dr. Weird energy here of, this time will be different!
It's not different at all, is it, Manager Esquire?
As Dante gets pierced by gold.
Manager Esquire, it wasn't different. Oh, was it?
Just Dante getting fucking impaled by corn is so fucking funny to me. I don't know why. So, then this... No, fucking... I don't want Dante to sound like Steve. So, they're the symbols she was talking about. Past the door, through the window, the symbols that Don Quixote mentioned shimmered. Symbols that seemed to indicate a sack, a wrapped present, and what appeared to represent fancy clothes. So, they're the red sack and reindeer man symbols? Whoop! One word, Dogma.
Precisely!
Right. I suppose you're the expert with these things. I'm going in. I don't know what Steve Buscemi sounds like off the top of my head, unfortunately. Hold on. Before I could even have the chance to stop him, Heathcliff barged in the door. And we found ourselves almost getting dragged in by his sheer fervor. Oh! We found ourselves in a rather sizable room. This place was decorated with numerous Christmas-themed ornaments. Dante, how do you know about Christmas? Warm, cozy...
Yeah, because of Chapter 3.
Oh, right! Sorry, I was getting a drink. Warm, cozy lighting reflected off the wooden flooring, and a maze of conveyor belts were installed all over the place. This place is... a factory?
Quite!
And what are those things? Those little children-like...
Hark! It is I, Don Quixote!
What the hell is she doing? The little figures Heathcliff indicated didn't exactly look like children. They all froze for a moment before turning around in our direction. They weren't human, that's for sure.
Give me but a moment. I have already parlayed with these fellows.
What happened to the sneakiest of peaks? Oi, Clockhead. Something's coming this way. Oh, man. I don't like this. A small, but larger than the others around it, figure scurried over and stood before us. Ah, Lady Don Quixote, you finally graced us with your presence once again, Nobe.
Om.
Om?
Om.
Om? And as you did before,
Yeah,
poof!
just trust us. It's Om.
Appearing from the most unexpected places again, Om. Who's this Don Quixote?
The one who shall grant us the wonderful gifts indeed.
He rubbed his hands, or what I assume to be hands, together, looked up at us and started. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Om. You must be Lady Don Quixote's friends, Ohms. My name is Dodoru, a gnome who
Get it right.
Sorry?
Name.
My name is Dodoru, a gnome who works at this gift factory, Om. And why, of course, I make gifts here, Om. A gnome.
Indeed a gnome!
You have to speak, his voice be more whimsical. Hello, me old chum.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm sorry, he's fucking jacked, so I just went with, like, a Bostonian accent.
Project Moon fucking gnomed us.
Was that supposed to be obvious? What are gnomes anyway? So they're not humans, right?
Yes, these fellows are not humans, they're gnomes!
Don't forget the proper nomenclature. I'm going to stab you. Whimsical. 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 Yes, of course, not human ohms. Home. Didn't think non-humans were allowed in the city. They're not abnormalities or distortions either. They're something else. The city? I knew it.
Well, why does it matter if they are not humans? What truly matters is the heart with which they commit themselves to work, that is.
I should have clicked that before grabbing for a drink. No, of course, of course. You're absolutely right, milady Om. Didn't that Dodoru gnome say something weird about the city just now? So that wasn't just me, huh? Well, this Dodoru cut in on our conversation. Was that going Russian? Hard to tell. Do the friends of Lady Don Quixote wish for any presents, Om? Say we have fancy clothes and powerful weapons, Om. Or delicious cookie ohms. Fancy clothes? You really have them. Looks like we've got a winner, Om. Well, then please, this way. The gnome said something about he's got fucking squeaky shoes.
I think he just squeaks by existing.
The gnome said something about introducing us to the reception hall and led us to a certain room in his scurrying gait. This seems more like a storage space than a reception hall.
Oh, behold, there is a warm fireplace and a table in this cozy place. What more could thee possibly ask for?
And we have some delicious refreshments for you as well, Om. Please wait a moment and I'll be right back with the gifts you want, Om. The gnome bowed, opened the door, and scuttled out of the room. This place looks like a fucking shack. Are reception halls usually this barren? I've never been in one before, so I had no idea if this is what they were supposed to look like. I had to ask. Especially because it was starting to get pretty obvious, even with my rather limited experience, there was something off about this whole situation.
I have once heard the rumor that this kind of decor has been catching on in recent years.
Yeah, I heard that too. Apparently it's popular for some blokes to just deliberately leave their stuff lying around some half-finished looking buildings. Is that what this is? We are not this stupid. We are not this stupid.
Still thy heart, Manager Esquire. I shall personally be responsible for this expedition and claim ourselves shiny gifts.
I shall personally be responsible. I thought it was personally be personable, and I was like, wait, what? If push comes to shove, I could nab some of these. I saw them packing some shiny looking expensive stuff over there.
No thievery this time, Heathcliff. Has the incident with the hair coupons already left thy mind?
Oh, blimey. Fine. Heathcliff was foul-mouthed as always, but it was evident from his relaxing expression that his anxiety was starting to ease. Maybe the fact that we're here, about to find out what we're looking for, was a comforting thought. Heathcliff, is it important that you dress well for this occasion? Huh? Oh, yeah. A rather delicate but gently smoldering hearth, calm, silent air. A perfect atmosphere to bring up uncomfortable subjects for some honest heart-to-heart.
Oh.
Or is there someone waiting for you there? Someone that you'd like to dress up for? Well, I suppose you're not completely wrong.
Oh, a secret, is it?
You cannot have a secret around Don Quixote. Don Quixote excitedly and loudly dragged her chair up close to Heathcliff. I have to go back as a successful man, as someone of great worth, so that they'll know I've changed. That I'm no longer that witless brigand, Heathcliff. That's why I have to dress posh when I return, to appear like a man of quality.
Oh, hath someone stoked the fire of envy in thy stomach?
That's good. Is this about revenge? Like Ishmael? I mean, you have the bat. Revenge? Heathcliff leaned back on his chair. It creaked as he rocked gently back and forth. There was a look of deep introspection on his face, which was, if my memory serves me right, a first. Well, I suppose you could call it a revenge, but what I really want to do is make her regret. Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, there's the Heathcliff from the book.
Yeah, I'll show them. I'll trample over those bastards who thought I wasn't worth shit. So that she'll regret not choosing me. So that she'll feel regret down to the deepest reaches of her heart. I'll prove to Kathy that there was no better man for her than I. Kathy. Heathcliff's eyes trembled a little as he speaks her name. He mentioned that name before. His eyes trembled then too. This Kathy must have been real important to you. Of course, bloody important! So, what happened between the two of you? Catherine, to be exact. I call her Kathy. It's a long and complicated story.
Aha! Allow mine intuition to speak for thee. This Kathy must be thy lover, is she not?
And that's how you get a bat to the head. But, wait, is that what she is to you? No, it's nothing like that. Okay, maybe a little bit. He's stuttering like Sinclair on a bad day. While his disposition was as
Brusque.
Is it brusque? Yeah, brusque as always. I could clearly see that he couldn't stop himself from smiling for the mere mention of her name. And that gave me more than enough answers. Every sinner has a reason for joining Limbus Company, so maybe Heathcliff joined for this Kathy person. Makes me wonder what kind of person she might be, though. Something that special, that precious to Heathcliff? Don't be so overdramatic. That ain't me. Now, I do this not out of the obligation as a manager, but I'm starting to think I want to help you out, so that you could be the best man you could be for her.
Indeed, we shall all be people of quality.
Ka-funk! I heard a door open in that very moment. It wasn't the reception hall door. This one was made of wood, and wouldn't make the sound that I just heard. This sound came from over there, away from us, from a dark corner of the room. Then we heard sounds of metal scraping against wood that was accompanied by a howling blizzard. So those were sleigh marks, huh? The huge sleigh made its way across the wooden floor on the marks that were already on the floorboards. It was flanked by several gnomes. The sleigh was red, and the sacks on it were either black or red. But they were all littered with flesh and blood. Ta-da-doo! We got your next batch of ingredients ready, home. Phew, my back home. Come on, friend home. Just think about the looks on our friends' faces when they open their presents home. All is worth it, of course. Well worth it. Here home, here home. The gaggle of gnomes who were walking in our direction as they chattered and gossiped froze in place upon noticing us. Quit lollygagging, home. Quit chit-chatting and help us out, home. We've got a lot to process, home. Besides, we've brought some live ones this time, home. I think I saw some of the sacks move. What?
It's too good to be true. It always is.
It's the city. Everything is fucked.
Yup. Well, this isn't the city, but...
No. They were thrashing. Like, something was trying to escape. Is that? Grab your weapon, girl.
What is the matter with thee? These fellows are but hardworking.
Hi! Is someone out there? Please, help! Get me out of here! Oh, what a choice day, This one's fresh!
No.
But they're human ohms! Did Manager Dodoru bring them home? How did he manage to bring humans so fresh home?
So, all along, thy factory has been...
Oh, boy! I could hear a familiar voice coming from the other side of the room as Don Quixote stood there, flabbergasted. Dodoru's done a blunder, home. That sleigh wasn't supposed to be coming here, home. Don't you worry, home. Just a little game between us gnomes. That's your excuse?
Master Dodoru,
Dodoru's listening, home.
tell me the contents of those sacks.
Raw material for presents, of course, home. Besides, Lady Don Quixote, home, Dodoru's prepared those fancy clothes for you and your friends to wear, home. Why don't we head right out to wear...
What raw materials are they?
Oh, Dodoru's tired of these lie-ohms. Humans, ohms! Humans like you! You lie... What I say about using the storage space, home? I told you this one was off limits, ohms! What, are you gonna deliver nothing but disappointment to our neighbors? Even now they await gifts from our factory, home! Oh, my bad, home. Ugh. And I already told the factory director to look forward to this batch, home. Heath? What was that?
It was just a...
What was I thinking? This was absolutely not worth it. I know what you're thinking, Clockhead. So quit sighing and start strategizing. We gotta get out of here, yeah? Yeah, sitting here and feeling sorry for myself wasn't gonna do anything. It never did. Got it. Grab your tools! Fresh, locally produced materials coming up, home! Right then, let's crack on, you little shites! I feel like
people like me dropping the voice.
ah, they're a door.
Okay, you chose basically the crew that I went with because just so you know, our heat clip will be a trap.
Really?
Yeah. Look at the wave count.
Oh shit.
And also, this isn't a focus encounter.
You'd think it would be perfect though, because look at the exact weaknesses for our heat.
It's a focus encounter highway. 4 waves.
Yeah, our Heath would run out of ammo way too fast.
I like the fact that they're reducing the team count. This is actually really cool. The song! Our Heath, Amon got smacked. 7 Heath was more useful. I've never played 7 Heath.
7 Heathcliff is actually incredible for rougher distance.
Because Pierce is like generally like is stronger. It doesn't matter what you bring, because the only thing that's weak is gloom and I forget what other thing. Also, everything else is like just standard damage except for things are just weak to Pierce.
They're weak to Gluttony and Wrath is the important thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
but
used
I mean,
that counter
like-
there.
But other than that, their resistances aren't really super. You know, like you can just bring. For the most part, you don't have to like strategize too much about like who to bring.
I'm glad that they're using this song. This song is so fucking good. Let's see, audio. The EGM is a little bit. I'll spoil the song.
This fight's good with these two identities because it gets to a point where you can like they get the envy resonance so fucking hard.
Yeah, right?
공적을
Envy gang
인사과에
time.
보고해두겠습니다.
I love the idea of Effie and Saudi looking at this and like, what the fuck is happening?
I mean, by this point, they would probably be used to the fucking antics of Olympics.
I really like Sever not in his attack. It looks so fucking cool.
어, 제대로 꽂혔는데.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Bring in the beats.
야호. 이기는
Oh yeah, I knew that the instant I saw Heathcliff Queequeg, I was like, oh, Heathcliff could fuck here. I'm gonna try and save all these.
Yeah, but look at see how many turns you're getting now. Imagine
Yeah.
having Ari Hoover too.
가까워진
Oh yeah, just use all the bullets in one wave. I see. Man! Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck this. Just use your red, girl. I also like this identity for Dawn a lot more because it's like
느려졌네, 저거.
the nefarious confidence in her voice is really good.
느려졌네, 저거. 맞추기 쉽고.
Just that sound of like, ha ha, get fucked.
지금은 기세를 다시 잡았군요.
Don makes a pretty good bad guy.
위기에 강하다 그런 거야?
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a one-sided defense, but I want to get that.
보자 너.
I mean, the counter is good. Queequeg Heath because it gives setups.
꺼진다. 항해 끝.
Yeah, that's it.
가까워.
Does he have to do it? Does it have to activate, or can he just like throw it out and get the buff?
항해 끝.
내 피가
I
배고파.
think it has to activate.
잘 됐다.
I have to look at it.
Oh, the lad.
He's a bigger one.
I have a very stupid idea.
It's counter time, baby.
So the cool thing about Don Quixote's ult is that it's better if the resonance is envy, but it looks at any resonance. So what if I just
Yeah.
make an entire ass red board?
The thing is, for the most part, like it's supposed to be envy resonance, but if I believe if you up tier 4 of it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, like if you look at it now.
Skill's
One
got
offense level by highest absolute resonance divided by 2.
If it's envy, boost the offense afterwards, yeah.
보자 너.
Uh-oh.
Fine, it's punch a clock. Never use home! Oh, it's ohm like gnome.
Yes.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he's getting staggered, that's why. I know Heathcliff gets a
It's
buff.
fine.
너희 중에 부상 인원이 생긴 것 같은데?
공세에서 벗어날 수 있게 적의
네.
지위를 분산시켜보죠.
Everything will be fine.
Man, we're just getting the A-res, aren't we?
But yeah, see, that was your fault for not noticing with the. Oh yeah, I can just counter, but you have to remember, countering means sure you get a defense, but you're still taking damage.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing with Weecliff is that
He wants lower HP.
Yeah, he wants lower HP, and his stagger threshold is pretty high. So sure, he gets staggered early, but then he doesn't get staggered ever again.
Yeah, because he has what, 1 stagger threshold?
Yep.
Welcome to the Dawn Beat Zone. I like how you just have blue and then you have red.
Wee.
보지 않나?
And then he punched them 18 times. It's funny, Iron, because I've been running a poise build a lot lately. These are some fierce sods.
The fault lies with me.
The light of confidence had completely faded from Don Quixote's face. So did her enthusiastic voice. Nah, I should have thought this plan through. Well, if there were to find someone to blame, the biggest fault would lie with me. The manager. Maybe I should have turned around the moment I sensed something was off.
Alas!
With that, Don Quixote marched towards the now abandoned sleigh.
This is...
Several mutilated bodies tumbled to the ground as soon as Don Quixote undid the knot tying the sack. Damn it. I was afraid of this. I was afraid of what we'd find inside the sack. There were a total...
Heathcliff is an expert at sacks.
There were a total of 7 or so people in the sack, but they were all missing a few limbs. They were barely breathing, and some of them have already perished. I've never seen their style of clothing before. Looks like we were pretty far from where we were. I've seen similarly worn and torn clothing in the back streets, but the clothing they wore was of materials and styles I've not seen before. The back door must have sent us pretty far. Faust did tell me that each district within the city had different cultures and such, so... Oh yeah, body sack, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Last second EX clear. Oh, shit.
Oh, right, yeah, you have to worry about that.
Doesn't really matter, does it? They'll all die soon, it's not like you could turn the clock for them. Let's just get back to the bus.
Nay, here, this person here is intact! Hark, get hold of thyself! Art thou the one who requested our help earlier? Is a little girl. Not that you can tell with B-Moon.
I was gonna say. Who are you? I'm Santa Don Quixote. Wait, what?
들리지 않네 심장 고동 소리 모든 고래 심장 소리
61% of the fucking damage.
있을까?
I
Not
mean,
that Dawn was a slouch, but...
내가
oh boy, cheer rewards. I'll get those later.
Presents.
What was the EX there?
10 turns. It's all 10 turns.
I didn't realize I was that close. What popped out from the sack we found atop the sleigh were several mutilated bodies and a small child. It looks like they were kidnapped here. I wonder what happened to them. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh!
I wonder what this could mean.
I wonder what everybody else is up to.
I mean, hey, this fits perfectly right here. Though I need a 6th sinking identity.
El Jefe?
No. Jeff Sinclair is basically shooting yourself in the foot.
I mean, for my sinking team, I just used,
I use Don Quixote because her fluid sack is sinking.
I use, Ting Tang Hong Lu because he likes sanity, so...
I just went with people with Pierce.
Why would you have Mariachi equipped? The passive for Jeff Sinclair gives you a 15% damage buff if you have him on the bench and you have a high SP. That shit fucks. It's like the one good thing about Jeff Sinclair. Your clothes are real weird looking. I guess you're not from the village. The child was dressed in torn and faded clothing. From the way she looked at us, I could tell that she found us rather fascinating. She soon woke up from her momentary shock. No. The best defensive passive when benched is basic rodeo with gamble. Or if you're a green team, base Ryoshu with hustle. Both of those things are fucking incredible. Ting Tang Honglu also has something similar where if the highest sanity character gets a 10% damage boost, but that's a green element, so I don't run that for this team. Anyway, thank you for saving me. My name's Crayon. And... Huh? Clockwork Teeth? The kid pointed at me and backed away in terror. What the hell are you talking about? That's Clockhead. My name is Dante.
So, interesting note. Clockwork Teeth are something we've heard about from in Runa. In one of the cutscenes before you fight the Blue Reverberation and a bunch of Church of Gears dudes, the people that were hiding in the old L Corp laboratory talk about Clockwork Teeth, and then Argalia just fucking murks them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Clockhead? But I heard that the Clockwork Teeth look like clocks. I guess I also heard that they don't show up this high. I've never seen a monster like that before, though.
Aha! But they are not a monster. This is none other than our very own manager, Esquire.
Thanks for the intro, I guess? But I can't hear anything other than the tick-tock of the clock.
Well, Manager Esquire has their reasons. Art thou unharmed?
Yeah. Looks like the other people who were dragged here with me weren't so lucky, though. The child looked at all the mutilated corpses with a despondent look on her face. Don Quixote cast a sympathetic gaze. So this is a kid that is almost as tall as Don Quixote.
She's short. So they were all neighbors from thy village.
Yeah, but our village will soon send the hunters to save us. As long as they can get here, they can... wait, hunters? I wasn't sure what exactly she was talking about, so I was about to ask her what she meant. But this reception hall storage room suddenly began to fill with gas of unknown origin. What's this now?
Up, quick, hold thy breathing!
An odd plume of gas, its hue red and green, began to fill the room. This gas, it's the same gas when I was kinda... The three of them, including Crayon, passed out and slumped on the floor. Yeah, something like this has happened before, when we actually walked into a toxic death gas trap, which killed everyone. Oh. Technically, there's a line. Looks like this gas only knocked them out, though. That's a relief, at least. Guess I should consider myself lucky that my clockhead doesn't have breathing. I gotta hide! Oh my god, they have little gas masks! As soon as I hid myself in a corner, a crowd of gnomes rushed in through the same door Dodoru came in from.
So adorable, and yet so evil.
They used sleeping gas on us. That's all left of Manager Dodorum? All that talk of snagging the top-notch raw materials, and now look at him, a pile of meat, two, three. All accounted for, I suppose, They're all fast asleep with their sleepy powder, so don't you worry about yourselves about harming the gnomes. Well, then, let's move all the gnomes. They picked up Don Quixote, Heathcliff, and Crayon one by one and loaded them onto the sleigh. With that, they left, closing the door behind them. And through it all, I couldn't do anything but watch. Right. Looks like this is my time to shine. I'll rescue the three of them. No way. I should have listened when Ishmael offered to teach me self-defense. Oh, what do I do? This harsh truth dawns on me every time we face total annihilation. The truth that, on my own, I am completely useless. If they were here with us, I could at least bring them back, but none of the sinners are here with me. What good am I without them? It's a miracle I managed to survive this far. Miracle? What miracle? Come on, get a hold of yourself. Great. Now I'm hearing things. You're not hearing things, manager. We're really here. Do you even know what a mess it was up there when we realized that the three of you just vanished into thin air? I bolted up and looked towards the voice. There I saw another door. And from it, the rest of the sinners appeared one by one. Guys. Oh boy, it looks like I forgot about that slightly spoiled ingredient. I will inquire about this incident later. Dante.
You dumbass. You absolute fucking dunderhead. You idiot.
For now, command us in battle. I like how she's like, I want a full report later.
최선을 다해보자. 아이, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않는다는 사람 누구야?
This fucking song.
It's so great. I love gnome music.
Maybe this is not the great team for this. But half and half.
직접 알게 합니다.
I see PM is still
not using Pequod, you think. Pequod, you think is great.
Yeah, I probably could have used that, huh? I just kind of went with sinking because it's what I default to when I'm not using poise these days.
You go poise lead build, yeah, but thing is, Pequod, you saying is a really good idea.
Oh yeah, dude, I know.
Yeah, it really
Have you ever
is.
seen 500 damage on a fucking tier 2 skill? What the fuck?
It's great. It's so fucking silly.
There's incidental pierce in here. We'll get by.
I mean, sinking's also kind of because they're resistant to Doom.
They're considered humanoid, but that also turns down their sanity.
Oh, right.
파괴 완료. 완벽한 한 방. 시원한 걸.
그들어서 끓여 피어나라.
승객이 딱콩
What a
한방
flaccid
먹었어.
blood-stepped blade.
깨달았나?
They do have passes, by the way. You might want to
지금은
take them.
기세를 다시 잡았군요.
뭐 위기에 강하다 그런 거야?
I love the Effie and Saudi announcer. They're really good. Each surviving unit gives this unit 2% chance to flip. Wow, this is some bullshit that I want.
Uh-huh. So basically, they have a base plus 12% chance to hit heads.
When there are more surviving enemies than allies, gain 1 haste and well, that's not
So
fucking
permanently,
happening.
because they always come in groups of 5 or less.
This is some crap, I say.
How annoying.
두렵지 않아요.
맞는 거야.
두렵지만요.
It's fine, you're weak.
맞는 거야.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
I was kind of wondering why they weren't flipping tails.
다음은 어디입니까?
How many ways is this?
하나 제꼈다.
2.
Oh, man. I'd have a real good fucking ego here, but, like, it's not available yet. Let's go! Time to spin the fox.
Oh,
And we get an A-Res, too.
다음에 부탁해요.
무지하니까
I love this jaunty beating up gnome song.
무지하니까
it's so squeaky.
그들어서
Time to rev that motorcycle.
이 스며들 듯
This is a level 4 ego now, by the way.
산이 새지나 않나 모르겠어.
God, if I ran a YouTube music upload channel, I would absolutely name the song 1 hour of music to beat up little shits too.
야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
Get 'em.
두렵지 않아요. 두렵진 않아요.
This is mean.
두렵진 않아요. 공격 능력 평가? 양호.
오, 제대로 꽂혔는데.
I'm so glad Effie and Saudi are an announcer. They're perfect.
개화였구려. 이 순간을 어딘가에 담고.
There's something very terrifying of Effie saying, "Okay, yeah, we got the order to kill them. No need for ethical treatment." Heathcliff and Don Quixote were both out cold, but I managed to survive thanks to the sinners who came for me. But I don't see the 2 unconscious sinners anywhere. Man, my team is just really... Oh yeah, this team could work. But this is like primarily blunt though. Will this work?
Blunt,
yeah.
where a blunt works is just that they take more damage. They take 1.2 times more damage to pierce. Everything is also 1 times.
Yeah. So, considering Regroused and Molar Sang have Wrath as their big skills, yeah, this'll work.
Do I wanna level up Molar Song?
He's actually pretty good.
I do have a lot of the... Hang on. No.
That's what.
Oh, a little excessive. I've been looking at a Tremor team as another one of my garbage projects, but like, it's a weird one.
I don't know. I use Tremor as basically my main team.
Like, Tremor's barely there, but like, Regret, Faust, and Modus are so good that they are just the team.
Yeah.
I also like Greg with the
and now you
chainsaw.
have further context for the sinister Christmas music.
It's really good.
돈 벌러 가자.
Thanks, everyone. How'd you find me? We entered via the back door. Your signal was no longer detected from within the bus's premises. Then, every sinner was immediately summoned from their respective rooms for the search. And soon after our break started, Dante. Let's try not to do this again, anything like this again, Kay. Even if you are the executive manager, rogue behavior such as this poses too great a risk. Please be wary of that. I'm sorry. So how'd you guys find us? I deduced it. As of late, Heathcliff was in a constant state of uneasiness. Considering the nature of our circumstances, I conjecture that there is aught that he had to do before our arrival at T-Corp. Also, hey, thanks for the raid, Saris VT. I don't know why the notification didn't go off, but thanks for the raid. What'd you play?
뭐해?
As of late, oh yeah, I did that. On the day in which the backdoor volatility siren echoed, Don Quixote made a relatively delayed return to the back door. And, come next day, she requested from me and Miss Faust an encyclopedia of common symbols used in the city. Just finished out the story for the event. Ah, I see. So you two have enjoyed Santa.
And no music.
Yes, so Faust lent her a few volumes. Ever since receiving the volumes, Miss Don Quixote sat next to me and perused the pages with a rather enthusiastic expression on her countenance. Although I could not converse with her on account of my condition.
Seasickness.
I do recollect that the following words repeatedly uttered. Cosplay, costume, sack. In summation, I surmise that Miss Don Quixote witnessed a series of symbols that caught her attention when the sirens blared. Man, Yi-sung really is a writer, isn't he?
He's a smart boy.
In summation, I surmise that's like really redundant. And Faust was aware of the door on which these symbols were drawn. Based on that information, the sinners were able to find their way here. We engaged several entities on the corridor on our path to this door. Good thing we only ran into weaklings, though.
They're entities?
Entities? An irreversible death of a sinner could have occurred in the process.
They had to fight the fucking backrooms monsters. Oh no, it's the Smilers.
Do you understand? Engaging hostile forces in your absence carries an exceedingly higher level of risk.
Can't use the IDs.
We could have been lost forever in some corner of the corridors as bodies, never to be revived or retrieved. Please comprehend the weight of your responsibilities and the risk your independent action carries. What was that, Festivor?
Otis in this bit's funny.
Otis is a very angry mom right now.
She's pissed.
You must survive, executive manager, no matter what. Do I make myself clear?
She's getting closer to him.
I've never seen Otis look at me like that. Her gaze was cold and ruthless.
Ugh.
Your survival was a lucky coincidence, Dante. The sequence of the symbols are not supposed to be interpreted in such a haphazard manner. I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say. I believe that is enough. But... NDQ. Yeah, Don Quixote, Heathcliff. Where did the pair run off to? Oh,
Ryoshi more worried about Dawn than Heathcliff.
Oh yeah, she said NDQ. Look, man.
Yeah.
Ryoshi respects the little murder goblin. I told them...
Does she?
I'd like to imagine so. Seriously? How'd you three even manage to survive this far? Alright, Manager Bud. I'm sure you heard enough from the others, but I won't say more. But where exactly are we? Hey, which district is this? This cold. We must be somewhere in one of the northern districts of the city. Or... we are not in the city. What do you mean? I mean we are not in the city. Those intelligent organisms, called gnomes, are part of a species surviving in the outskirts. Commonly known as monsters of the outskirts. Monsters again after all that we faced in the lake? They weren't exactly like the whales, though. We could communicate with the gnomes. They were like people, except smaller. So, we are in a completely different region of the outskirts. I would have liked to explore the area if the circumstances permitted. Look, the structure seems to have been custom built for the gnomes, considering how small everything is here. Heading out, Festivor?
What?
Oh, Cirrus is heading out. See you later, Cirrus.
Oh.
If this is the outskirts, we can go back, right? As long as the door we entered through remains open, yes. It is open. For now. What if it closes? Then, an unexpected journey begins. We will have to trek the distance from the outskirts back to the city, which will be a significant endeavor in both time and effort. Isn't that a bit dangerous? Where's this sound coming from now? Oh, Master Golem Gold! Get your tools, Ohms! Dante, come hither to the back of the line. The door slammed open and gnomes began flooding into the room. We prepared ourselves for battle. I just imagine Virgil, we get back and Virgil's just like, I'm gonna fucking beat your asses. Especially
Dante. Your secret Santa's gift is an ass-kicking, Dante. But yeah, turns out they have a "where the fuck is Dante" alarm, which, you know, makes sense considering Dante is the literal most important person on the bus.
I kind of want to use this guy in particular as an avatar. He looks great.
I love these little guys. They're so fucking weird.
They're so awful.
시동 걸어볼까?
So cute and yet so horrifying.
그렇지.
Thanks, Craig.
표적 확인.
부상 없이 나오는 게 최고.
Oh, they just get that free attack up, don't they?
당신들은
They sure do.
상관없을지도요.
Get used to it.
This fucking blows. This fucking sucks, dog. What? Okay, I'm at 5, so I want to use this. No, this is the one that gets boosted in that. And then Otis just gets the skill that works forever.
Yup. Discard do be like that.
시동 걸어볼까?
Throw the boomerang.
공격 능력 평가. 양호.
어우,
How the hell is Faust losing here?
제대로 찝었군.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Yeah, there's a lot of chainsaws on this. Rhodia, Greg, Otis, Yisung. This is the chainsaw team. I like the idea of Greg being Chainsaw Man. Just being horny, but also very dead inside. How much tremor does she have? Oh yeah, we're fucking ready to go.
가자.
Fucking Chainsaw Greg is actually such a dork.
I'm gonna touch some titty, I guess.
I mean, no, like actually, just with his voice,
거의
like,
진압되겠는걸요?
he sings a little song and he does it.
다 울지 않았어?
완전
좋다.
좋아.
좋아. 계속 집중하지.
Faust, what are you doing? Come on.
Flipping tails is what she's doing.
완벽한 한 방.
I've
시원한 걸.
never seen her lose her ult.
열심히 손본 보람이 있네.
자, 한 건 했고.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
Her sanity is 0. There's your problem. Just getting unlucky with coins, I guess.
Fuck this. This is upsetting.
교전 시작합니다.
Now I have the regrets.
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가 시작이 됐어.
I feel like Chainsaw Yisung would also be funny, but like in a very like
하나 제꼈다.
painfully awkward way. So the big problem with this team is that a lot of the egos are really hard to come by. There's like,
For Tremor?
yeah, like for my team, there's 0 like ego synergy.
You generate a lot of sloth and lust with Molar guys.
And only Yisung can exploit that.
Yeah.
착하게.
Weirdly enough, from what I've seen, Holiday Otis doesn't actually use Wrath either, which is weird, but...
걸려라.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Man, remember when we thought Molar Otis was, or not, Rhodia was incredible?
I mean, she's still good.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, power creep
Yahoo.
do be like that.
이기는
And then
편
Regret
우리
Faust
편.
appeared. And then Yisung said, fuck this, time for the dog.
교전 시작합니다.
Shame I never got Regret Faust.
It's really good. But you got Regret Merceau, which I argue is better because it makes Merceau
I don't have
usable.
Regret Mistral either.
Oh, I thought you got him.
I missed out on the all spurs and enemies.
Yeah, I wound up getting both of them. Because I lamented pretty fucking hard for both of them.
자, 한 건 했고. 자,
What turn
한
count
건
am I
했고.
at?
That's a good
어젯밤
question.
나를 열심히 손본 보람이 있네.
힘들군.
Well, we
그러니
did
알아서
it.
잘 피해야지.
We tremored our way to victory. I can see there's similarities with humans, but they certainly aren't humans. Except for the odd verbal quirk, these monsters are impressively communicative. I don't even know if they should be categorized as monsters. The definition is often arbitrary. Some call them monsters, yet others call them members of a different sentient race. I appreciate your analyses, but we should probably get moving. We still don't know where Heathcliff and Don Quixote are. You always say the right things at the right time, Executive Manager.
See, after that scolding, she has to
Just turn the switch right back on.
Yep. Right back to bootlicking.
Exploring the outskirts areas will carry higher risks than our usual operation grounds. To ensure the manager's safety, we must first establish a more structured plan. Boom. Well, I'd say the easiest answer would be to leave the two of them, but the easiest path isn't always the right one. Ishmael kicked open the door, the gnomes rushed in. And Ishmael's like, fucking whatever, okay, let's do this.
I love Ishmael just being like, no, fuck that.
What was that, Festivor?
It's great that she's finally part of the crew again.
Yeah, right? She's back to normal, and it's wonderful. Come on!
Not even back to normal, like, she's herself now.
Come on, let's go. We'll protect the manager and save Heathcliff and Don Quixote. She's a real door-stucker mentality.
다음 술자리 모험담은 이거군. 아주 완벽했어.
It's really telling that the only way to get me to like Otis is to make her, Olga.
Olga? Eh.
I like Otis regardless because she's a fucking idiot.
She's just awful.
I mean, she's grown on me over the course of Canto 5 because it's clear that she's smart, but she's smart in the way that makes her an idiot, so...
Oh, she's smug.
Yeah.
They must have been taken to a different sector of the factory. Crayon must be there with them. We gotta find them quick. Oh, what else to play? Can't really do a charge team with it. Wait, this is my charge team? What?
The thing about
I think
Otis
I have
that
to fix this.
Her pride comes from the fact that she's actually competent.
Yeah. The thing with Otis is that she is actually competent, but instead of shutting the fuck up about it, she lets it get to her head.
These enemies are all level
Leads
40,
her to
aren't
make-
they?
Yeah, it leads her to make stupid decisions.
손맛이 뭔지 보여주지.
I think we could last like this. Especially since we have fucking, like, Super Sinclair.
Honlu and Greg are not level 40, they're level 35.
I think they'll be fine.
Okie dokie, your funeral.
It's fine, they'll just be carried on the backs of Ishmael and Sinclair.
불로 청화하고
Your
깨끗한
funeral.
세계를 세우라.
Yeah, funeral home!
오케이, 작전 지역 진입 확인했어.
네, 입감 양호합니다.
Man, I have not used any of these items. I have not used this team in such a fucking long time.
순식간에 끝내줘.
No.
The thing about these guys is that, as easy as they are, they have high coins. They have very strong coins.
Yeah, apparently fucking Ishmael couldn't get in there.
Because some of them have like plus 8 coins, like minimum.
100초만 기다려줄게.
Paralysis is actually really good against these guys.
You see that? Plus 7,
Yup.
plus 8.
That and their constant free +1. So it winds up pushing them over a lot of the lower breakpoints.
So when you roll like shit, oops.
공격 능력 평가 양호.
오, 제대로 붙였는데.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. That's their passive. That they get
The more of them there are, the more morale they have.
No, the more of us there are, I think.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
Even still, just like it's
Every
not
surviving
hard.
enemy. Every surviving enemy. Okay.
Yeah.
So a single character here would actually be really. Oh my god! Look at that fucking crit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's something to reward solo strats, but
As if they need more rewards, as if they need to be, you know, rewarded for their bullshit.
순식간에 끝내죠.
균형이 무너졌군요.
Look, it's Christmas. We have to kill Christmas.
보냈고.
Yeah, but like, in all honesty, this whole side event is subchapter easy.
타겟 무력화.
Which is
Yeah,
nice,
it's not
honestly.
공적을 인사과에 보고해두겠습니다.
I feel like K-Moon has kind of put our balls in enough of a vice lately.
I feel like Mirror Dungeon 3 Hard is like that right line of difficult, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet. I wanted to get my Starbucks up a bit first.
이겨버리겠어.
Man, I haven't used this in forever.
좋아. 방금은 전략의 승리야. 계속 밀어붙이자.
Like I always have the opinion, like, the hardest fight in side content, the first fight.
Oh, with just Heathcliff and Dawn.
Mostly because like you're kind of because of how like much limited. Like sure, you get a fuck ton of turns by the end, but you're still very limited on what you can do. Like, you don't really have like, unless you build it kind of funny, you don't really have extra egos.
먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
Kind
I
of break.
mean, with the NV Resonance crew, you don't really need access to your egos either.
All I know is that every time I do the fucking mirror dungeons, I keep fighting against that fish,
Fuck that fish.
Clap.
which is annoying because the fish fight is a lot harder than the last fight
가져가라. 치명적인
of each
한방이었어.
ones I had. Like I had like
되겠는걸요?
맞아.
it takes me longer to beat the fish than it does
않았어?
meet the end boss.
보냈고. 보냈고.
Right, I forgot this team is specifically composed to where Ishmael will always get Rhodia's gamble.
당연한 결과죠.
I'm kind of
저는
surprised that the first round was the hardest because it was
선택받았으니까.
actually pretty easy for me.
그렇겠죠?
Well, I'm just saying that it's the hardest comparative, like the rest of the thing, because the other fight's not hard at all.
Yeah. Like, I was able to go in with 2 level 35s.
I mean, I got it under, I beat it under 10 turns. It's just saying that it's the hardest fight in like this whole thing, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, this is just my good stuff team, isn't it? Hang on. Oh, I should.
Like, the only problem,
I
like,
should
the
change
only
that.
problem to encounter is not having, you know, Heath or Dawn, because I really do like Pequod Heath.
Oh, there's a lot of good stuff here, though. Fuck, who do we use?
Because I've been using on the Police crew a lot for Mirror
마침내
Dungeons.
현장 투입인가.
전가요?
준비되었습니다.
다들 전가요?
I'm actually at odds here. Fuck.
다들 연장
Because the
Like,
unfortunate thing about this team is that everybody wants to be turn 1.
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주죠.
I need to figure out who else I can have for a decent police team. The thing is, I don't have Sinclair, so I don't know how that works.
최선을 다해보지. 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람
Otis, like her ults, pretty good, but it's just the fact that like the rest of her like moves, like she kind of has fuck all for like her role, which doesn't win a lot. So that's not great about it.
I mean, she's a tank. She's supposed to be using her defensive a bit more.
한방 먹였네. 이 기세를 모아서 뚫어보자.
Like I know it's the whole duel thing, but it's just building poise. But it's just that she doesn't roll well. It's the issue I had with her, like Blade Lineage thing way back in the day. Let's start.
Oh yeah, Blade Lineage is doo doo.
Yeah, boy love Otis is not good.
직접 알게 합니다.
Meanwhile, Disei Rodia just fucking works.
맞는 거야.
공격 능력 평가 양호.
오, 제대로 붙였는데.
Wow, we're actually seeing Regret Fast do something.
짝꿍 한방 먹였어.
LCCB Ryoshu isn't
이기는
terrible.
편, 우리 편.
I took her through a run of just a regular mirror dungeon where she just automatically gets level 40 and I didn't have to worry about it, and I was still very disappointed.
Yeah, same here.
오작 터뜨려주지.
Faust knows everything, and thus Faust is the fucking head of Disei. I love W Corporation Ryoshu, because she is just the most shoony.
It's great.
For the most part, you don't need to finish Library Arena to follow Limbus Corp, because what the thing is, a lot of the games they kind of like, for the most part,
They're typically like
they're-
self-contained, yeah.
they're mostly self-contained. There are callbacks to previous games, but it's not like to the point where you're completely lost if you don't know what to say. The only thing is that there are like things are like this context of basically why things the way they are. If you that you just did.
Yeah, something I like about the writing in this game is that for Dante, the mystery, the whole thing about the library is that it's a mystery to Dante. Like why Virgilius is so interested in it.
Well,
why that.
Yeah, the boat works were spoilers for Runa, but it's just, I mean, to be for the whole story, they kind of summarized that bit. It's they kind of summarized like
완벽한 한
real,
방.
real quick that this is the gist of it. You don't really, they're not gonna go super in depth on
They
it.
basically, if you just play this game, you get a summary of past games as if you were like an average citizen of the town.
Yeah. Which is kind of the point. I feel
Yeah,
like.
because Dante is an amnesiac, so he wouldn't have context. So why would we get context in the game?
오작 터뜨려주지.
Yeah, it's really more like if you want to know more, it's, you know, you delve into the extra material, which unfortunately at this point, if you want to know more, you need to learn Korean.
Yeah.
훌륭한 전시회였어.
When are we gonna get
이걸
Ripper
오히려
mode
고맙다고
Ryoshu?
말해야 하나?
That's what I want to see. The factory.
Saucy Jack.
The fact that we open up a door and we're in the outskirts right now, just one of like just be a really funny event. We just open up a door and then you're face to face with Roland.
Ah, if it isn't Saucy Ryoshu. Better late than never, I guess.
Like, what? Who the hell are you? And then it's like, who the hell are you? Then Don Quixote.
It's the fixer Raiden. I mean, like, Raiden is basically a fixer, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hey there, little Don Quixote. You want an autograph? The factory was much larger and much more complicated than it first appeared. Who are these gnomes making these gifts for, and why? I love G Corp and Craig, who I don't really use at all, but they're a great healing passive. So now that I've had some time to look around here, this facility appears to be a gift factory. I see. So these are factories like these that produce gifts. Christmas decorations everywhere. There's still some time until Christmas, though. Sinclair looked to the ground with a somber expression. I didn't need to ask to know how he was feeling. I wonder if monsters exchange gifts with each other. They didn't seem like the most hospitable sort. There is a possibility that they may be contractors to one of the wings in the city. I wanted to say no chance, but the city and the wings we've experienced so far were... Yeah, I can see that.
I'd buy it.
Yeah, there was a non-zero chance of that being the case. Just imagine Dante lifting a finger to be like, that sounds like bullshit, and being like, no, no. Nah.
Let him cook.
아이씨, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
There is the temptation to put this on the stream bumper soundtrack.
Fucking gnome music.
It's gnomes, motherfucker.
직접 알게 함이라.
Man, Regret Faust is just fucking beefing it today.
저거 봐, 쟤 휘청거리고 있다.
The first encounter when I had the crew that's not, you know, the first two, like the second fight, Ryoshu, my W Ryoshu was beefing and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bench her. I'm gonna get someone else.
Get that motorcycle blade going.
Because she wasn't getting herself, she wasn't
쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
doing too hot these encounters compared to last actual chapter.
지금은 기세를 다시 잡았군요.
뭐 위기에 강하다 그런 거야?
I wonder if I could do a Saudi cosplay. I'd have to get like a really good wig.
Saudi or Effie?
Which one was the dude? That was Saudi, right?
Effie.
Oh, Effie's the dude. Right. Saudi's the gal.
Remember, P-Moon loves their gender blender names.
What wave is this? Wave 1? Fuck that, we're not doing Dirter.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Also, another thing that thoughts that ran through my head, like, our Heathcliff is a trap if you use them for the first fight. Yellow trap would be using Warp Dawn.
Why Warp Dawn?
Oops, all rip space.
Oh yeah, huh?
Like, at a point, sure, you can get a lot of charge in a round in one go, but there's a chance you can get fucked over.
Space.
Well, you might be able to eat that too, but the thing is, you can get unlucky and get a lot of rip spaces.
God, this song is so awful.
오자 터뜨려주지.
Glorious.
Haha, this calendar.
It does its job perfectly, is what it is.
This calendar says you're fucked.
전술의 승리네요.
어, 대단한 지위인데.
According to my calendar, it's fuck you day.
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸.
According to this calendar, it looks like today is your death day.
공격 능력 평가? 양호.
어우, 제대로 꽂혔는데.
I like how despite all of this, Rhodia is just working.
야호.
Rhodia's just like, yeah, I'm here, I'm working, don't mind me. Punch, punch, punch.
Yeah, usually it's Roja that has the issues clashing.
Nah, Rhodia's always worked for me. She's fucking based. There's a reason
Oh no,
she...
Daichi. Yeah, I was
한바탕
thinking
해볼까?
Spanish.
핫! 맘.
걸어가지. 정신 못 차릴 거야.
Time to be dizzy.
파쇄 완료.
맞는 거야.
The word of Lord. Read a book, motherfucker. After spending some time battling gnomes and trashing the gift factory, we soon realized that the gifts the conveyor belts were moving weren't your average gifts. Is that a foot? Is that a sign with a drawing of a foot? What's going on there? What's that doing there? This one is adorned with a depiction of an eyeball. These gifts appear to be made from materials that do not normally go into
Look at the
building
top
these.
corner.
I know.
He's got a little hard hat.
And a screwdriver.
He's working.
Their shapes are of teddy bears, oil pastel boxes, toy trains, but they have an abnormally high concentration of protein and phosphorus. We have phosphorus in our body? However, the decorations and the lights are made of proper materials. They must have salvaged the waste expelled from the city. It's obvious. GMFH. Gifts made from humans? Ha! More stuff made from human sacrifice? I guess the outskirts aren't so different from the city, huh? What's really concerning is, who are these gifts for? Who in their right mind would want anything like this? Who knows? Rich folks with screwed up perversions? Maybe that's who it's for. So... if they're making gifts out of people, Heathcliff and Don Quixote, will the gnomes turn them into gifts too? I do recall them saying something about locally produced materials. Then we must move with haste. I have discovered a location with a high probability of their presence, presuming that they haven't been turned into gifts yet. After a long silence, Merceau spoke up. He pointed in the direction. Soylent Green! Gifts for you! There, the placard says gift assembly. I don't know how to do Merceau. Like, it's a very point of fact in this, but I don't know how.
Monotone in French.
훌륭한 전시회였어. 하, 이걸 오히려 고맙다고 말해야 하나?
Man, it's weird seeing people outpace Death Grip Sinclair.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have him on slot 1, that's why. He's not throwing out 2 motorcycle blades. For whom the gnomes pack. The fact... oh yeah. It's the same summary.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Oh man, they brought the manager out immediately. Fuck. We might be in trouble. Fucking Rodeo with a hopeless, damn.
Your skill 1's not that great at clashing unless you
한바탕 해볼까?
It's also fine if Rodeo loses a clash because she generates armor. Like, DC Rodeo is so fucking durable.
나이스. 하나 제꼈다.
No.
간식인가?
Like, look at that. She lost a clash, beefed it, still max health.
Yep.
No dur.
한바탕 해볼까?
Like, it's nice that you can throw out a dur as early as like 7 charge, but like it doesn't wind up as good as a maximum dur.
I mean, it hits just as hard. It just eats a chunk of your health bar. It's basically a in case of emergency sort of thing.
Wait, does slot number determine who gets extra attacks first? Yep.
Yep.
What I call the slot 1 curse is basically a lot of characters like become like triple S tier rank if they get slot 1, like say Warp Ryoshu or Regret Faust or Death Grip Sinclair or either of the Olgas. But there's only one slot 1. And even then, slot 2 still works, but then you have 2 of 6 people that are fighting for slot 1. So yeah, like, who you choose determines who gets slot 1 first. Actually, you know what? We can throw an axe. Let's go axe hucking.
탈출 개체 확인.
Yeah, Canuck was on point. They just didn't realize that was the case.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
Like, there's a very distinct reason then why why for my poise team, my first 2 ranks are specifically the Pequod team, Because Pequod Heathcliff puts out more purples, and more Yi-Sung attacks means more of that fucking awesome skill too.
제압 완료.
Also, having Faust on slot 1 or 2 means she gets more Tremor, which means more AoE.
굉장한 사양이다.
Hey, nobody got the fucking Egos on this team, huh? There's like 0 Ego synergy here. Ah yes, it's dirt time. This manager's about to get fucked up.
불길 속으로.
It's a shame that unless you get fragility or weakness on him, Dirt doesn't actually do much damage on the tin. Because PM is so afraid of slash damage. Yet you see shit like this which do crazy amounts of damage just out the gate.
그러니 알아서 잘 피해야지.
야호. 이기는 편, 우리
Can't
편.
just damage up with this shit. Fuck it.
직접 알게 하느라.
Oh, Ryoshi's doing a Dur again. Oh no.
맘,
Oops.
Oh, I guess she had the charge. Look at that.
맘.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Something about military spec Ryoshu is really cool because even though LCCB Ryo is not great, I still dig the look. And then you have this.
고맙다고 말해야 하나.
What was that, Festival?
Beating people to death for a shotgun, then shooting them with it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Gift of Hatred, given shape. The location pointed out by Merceau was the gift assembly line. The sight of them assembling gifts with the materials they kidnapped was shocking. And the 2 sinners we were searching for were also about to be turned into gifts themselves. Oh, hang on a second. I have to open up a box.
Mmm, delicious box.
Oh boy! I get to use the new hotness. Oh, they reset my shit. Interesting.
어쩔.
제가 파질 상대가 있나 보군.
부선장이 필요한가?
I've also taken a liking to the Poise team because it means I get to use Greg again, and this Greg identity is fucking cool.
Your hard fiddle-dee-dee.
힘한 자.
제가 파질 상
부선장이 필요한가?
제가 파질 상대가 있나 보군.
Oh god, who do I deploy as what?
제가 파질 상대가 있나 보군.
일인가요?
전 준비되었어요.
Stranger in Paradise is a smart game for smart people.
Yeah, it's a very smart game. Yeah, I want whatever Greg smokes, because who buddy? That shit's critical.
가자. 죽이러.
I think I'm hearing some kind of odd noise from in there. Heh. A rather high-pitched SOS. It's always a good indicator of wonderful happenings. Can you really not giggle about the sounds of screaming, please? I'm familiar with this tone. The decibel range of the screaming is an exact match with Don Quixote. Wait, we have yet to conduct a threat assessment of the combat area. That area appears to be closed off space, which means... Otis. Were Heathcliff with us, he would have said as such. Said what? I think I know. How bloody frustrating! Quit whinging, pick up your tools, and get cracking! That was pretty close. Ishmael soon blasted the door open. Ishmael soon blasted the door open with a powerful kick. I like the idea.
Like your Ishmael.
Ishmael was pretty good. They're just like, oh, that was pretty good. Bonk. Meanwhile, oh, where the bloody hell are we? Why am I tied up?
I regretfully say to thee that we are quite screwed. Forsooth, we have fated to become toys of that hydraulic press.
I see we have found the Hydraulic Press YouTube channel.
It appears that, when the time cometh, I shall be turned into a roly-poly toy myself, that riseth with every fall. Oh,
Oh, you shut your trap and do something! We gotta get out of these binds!
Sir Heathcliff, I apologize profusely. 'Tis true that there was the tiniest bit of selfishness within me that I wished to procure the red sack cosplay set for myself. However, it was no lie that I wished to find thee an impeccable outfit.
You little shit! I knew this was gonna happen. Once I'm out of these binds, I'm gonna...
At least thou shalt become an elaborate pocket watch.
Oh, damn clocks again? I think they're gonna turn me into a box of colored pencils. 24 vibrant natural colors, or so it says. We've not seen living raw materials in a while, but they're a bit loud, Can you see if my ears are bleeding, the more they scream, the happier our recipients will be, Oh, then let's get cutting, Heathcliff! Don Quixote! Oh, what a relief! They've been turned into gifts yet! Quite cozy in here.
Everyone!
How? We're here for you, Heathcliff. Oh, my chest. Clockhead! Damn it! Didn't think I'd ever be upset. Glad to see your mug! Looks like we got it here in the nick of time. Heathcliff was about to be shoved into the gift-making hydraulic machine press. I have hewn your straps. Descend! Look, I'm not the type to wear my heart on my sleeves. But after you lost safety for getting turned into a pocket watch, I gotta say it. You absolute idiots! You two had one job to remain by the executive manager's size, yet you let yourselves be captured like this? You know what? Fuck it. Right, get a hold of yourself, you two. Well, what now? Well, we've got to trash the place. Come on, get to your identities. I like how Dante's like, well, fucking we're trashing the place. Come on.
카론, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만
I'm just
기다려줄게.
imagining like a Doom clone. Right now we're just playing as Ishmael, we're just like mighty kicking everything.
Doom, but it's gnome.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
It's the game anger for it, except with Ishmael.
Oh right, that's his ult. I forgot.
이미
공격 능력 평가? 양호.
제대로 고쳤는데.
Yisang's ult's really weird because it's not good damage-wise, but it puts 6 and 6 bleed, which is fucking nuts.
쟤 휘청거리고 있다.
It also helps enable Greg very well, which Greg has a weirdly awkward time whenever his ult appears. Because it's just like, no, not yet, not now, young man.
거기구나.
Because the thing about Greg's ult is that you want coins for it, which is only acquired from bleeding people.
지금은 기세를 다시 잡았군요.
뭐 위기에 강하다 그런 거야? 바람구멍을 내주지. 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
Man, Yisang's been getting his ult a lot today.
유효타 좋아. 집중하자.
가까워진다. 항해 끝.
별것도 아니네. 탱고도. 아 옛날 버릇이.
Well, we got a
좋아.
for the next one hit, maybe not.
Oh, no, 2 managers.
That's one more than me. This is bullshit.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
와, 엄청난 공격이었어.
Yeah, if you just look at Yisang in the back there, he is just killing motherfuckers. There's
I do
something.
feel like Don Dun's a little out of place in this team, but
Don applies bleed. That's why I'm using her. Plus there's a lot of purple on this team, so she fits in pretty well.
only about half the team uses it.
우리가 우세.
You're not gonna get reliable A-res.
I don't know. Like Heathcliff provides 2 purple on his own. Yisung's is on a 2, so it's very, like, common. Same with Don Quixote. The only one that doesn't match is Greg, and Greg's here just for, like, a payout, which is...
Greg and Sinclair don't have purple.
Sinclair is the one I'm experimenting with, because it's the new identity.
Okay, fair enough.
And I gotta agree, it hasn't really been working out.
Yeah, I haven't really committed to the new IDs yet. Mostly because I'm not all that sure whether or not those are any good.
It's pretty okay, it works on its own, it's just that the old gimmick is not too great, and it doesn't fit this team because he doesn't have purple or bleed. I just forget what I put in his place, what I used to have in his place. Ah, we didn't get to see Greg go. Damn it. Rip Greg.
Hook Lou? Or do you not have him?
I do, I just don't have him built up.
Ah.
After we defeated the horde of gnomes, Don Quixote and Heathcliff fell to their knees before everyone. I also knelt down, feeling like I should be down there with them. But Otis tightly pulled me up to the side. Otis is like, no, you're the manager. Stop that. I feel bad for those two.
I am ready, commenced Lady Otis.
You absolute buffoons! How did you ever think this was going to turn out okay? Are you even aware of the risks the executive manager took to get here? How worried they were about you too? Well, actually, Clockhead was in it on the start. Do not refer to the executive manager with such derogatory language. Insolent fool!
Ah, it was mine fault! Mine fault!
My mother used to scold me like this in my youth. He just into like, you sound like my mom. Otis did not seem to slow down at all with her stern scolding. And the pair fell completely silent, their heads hung low.
Yeah, Dante's a softie, but we love him for it.
I decided to wander away from the scene. This guilty conscience was too much for me to bear. Is Crayon doing okay? Yes, she merely lost her consciousness from excessive psychological shock. How did you find yourself in such a place like this? You're a human, right? Are we really in the outskirts? Crayon initially appeared somewhat taken aback by the deluge of questions, but she soon began to open up, taken back by the deluge. So, you're really from the city? I'm from Cloudtown. It's a village on the north side of the outskirts. And there are a lot of monsters like these gnomes out here that can speak? Yeah, there are many more monsters out here than the gnomes. I've seen a few of them myself, but the village elders told me about the rest. Our village was built to keep the monsters out, to keep us safe. If this didn't happen, we'd all be preparing dinner back at the village by now. So they raided your village. Yeah, and they attacked us when the hunters were gone, so... We normally don't get raided by them around this time of year, so I thought we were safe. But they suddenly attacked us, rushing in on their sleighs. Some of us tried to fight, but we didn't stand a chance. And everyone they killed got shoved in the sacks. I passed out from fright. They thought I was dead too. I got shoved in the sacks like the rest. Oh. We forced you to talk about something that couldn't have been easy to go through. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Can I ask things too? Anything. Is it right that crayon boxes in the city have 48 different colors? And they have gold and silver too? Probably? And there's just people in the city, right? No monsters like the gnomes that try to kill us? It's kind of hard to find an answer for that one, actually. Sometimes I'd climb a high hill to look at the city. I always saw pretty colorful lights from up there. So colorful that I don't have enough colors in my crayon box to draw them all. This is like the saddest fucking thing ever. This poor kid. I wish I could live in the city. If I lived there, I'd never have to worry about getting attacked by monsters. I could live happily with my neighbors. You've really never been to the city, huh? SSE. What? Same story everywhere. Doesn't matter where you are, death always stalks us. Whoa. That was so cool! Could you say that again?
Kid, no, do not use Ryoshu as your role model.
I can't believe Crayon's gonna become Chuny.
Oh no!
Huh? That was cool? Oh, did you guys see anyone else nearby, by any chance? I don't think we ran into any other humans out there, here. No. But he has to be here to save us. Who do you mean? The best hunter of Cloudtown. If he was in the village, the gnomes wouldn't have... It appears that, in the outskirts, there are hunters who specialize in hunting monsters. Akin to whalers of the Great Lake, that is. But, wait. So, they're kidnapping and killing humans for gifts. Who are the gifts for? Oh shit!
Ho ho ho.
Of course the gifts for our poor and kind neighbors who do not cry! Executive Manager, retreat. I don't know when it happened, but a large shadow was looming over us. Ugh! What is that thing? I am Santata, bringer of gifts to our neighbors. The guffawing giant, garbled in red, carried a massive gift sack on his shoulder.
Garbled? It was garbed.
Garbed. Garbled in red, yes. It was definitely not a human. Yeah, that's the git. That one's the boss.
Lo, the crimson garb! That is the crimson garb I spoke of!
The pair immediately jumped up from their knees and began shouting in unison. That's the red sex outfit! Wait, then he's already...
No! Not the reindeer man too!
Shut it! Cut the useless chatter for once! After silencing the pair with a short, stern command, Otis approached me and spoke in a low voice. Executive Manager, since he appears to be of an intelligent species, I will attempt to parley with it. But we best prepare for battle in case the talks fall through. Yeah, that's a good
Don
idea.
Quixote's like 30, Shrek.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wow, I thought she was like just barely past 20. What do you mean by neighbors? Wings? Clowns from the city? But we are denied entry to the city, are we not? Is that big lump of meat a gnome too?
I happened to overhear the gnomes during our time in captivity. They call their master Beard Giant, which I believe is not a gnome.
A giant? There really are all kinds of monsters out there, huh? Dante, that's not an abnormality, is it? No, that's not an abnormality or a distortion. I'd say it's closer to a whale. Do you yearn for gifts too? Yet your kind already owns all there is to own. We and our neighbors in the outskirts wish so dearly for that very day. The day we are allowed to joy and comfort in human gifts. I see. You produce toys out of humans and gift those to those who harbor hatred towards humans. Out of pure goodness of your heart. Here, where all those who have been marginalized and exiled by humans gather and wallow. We pour our infinite hatred and care into packaging these gifts. Quite the verbose way of saying I refuse to negotiate. Why don't you come here and join us? Become joy to those who need it. I thought we were back in Lobotomy Incorporation. With my infinite hatred, I present to you this gift.
Well, the thing is, it's really funny that like while Heath and Don were like they're like down prostrating, Dante's like, I should prostrate too. And Otis like pulled him up. No,
No, you're the manager. Stop that.
So, that's an interesting bit of lore, though, isn't it? That, I mean, for one, Santata here doesn't get the whole picture. Most of the humans have it just as bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's only probably like a half dozen number of people well, 2 dozen, I suppose, letters of the alphabet, after all, who actually have, like, all of the shit in the world, and then everybody else has it just as fucking bad as, well, maybe not just as bad as the outskirts, but not that far off.
Basically, the city isn't as, like, idyllic as the outskirts people imagine.
Yeah, so even Santa here has a distorted idea of what the city is like.
Yeah, the city that marginalizes all others, which is not too off the mark.
Mm-hmm. But
I gotta admit, though, I do have to admit, Ryoshu was kind of cool there.
Yeah.
It's basically one of those haves versus the have-nots versus the haves.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, when you think about people in the nest, it's basically a similar situation to people in the nest versus people in the back streets.
And then the people in the nest versus the people who actually run the nests.
Yeah.
It's turtles all the way down, unfortunately.
Our negotiation attempt with the bearded giant Santata predictably fell through. We have no choice but to defeat him here.
Santana.
Santata.
놓치지 말게.
늦으면 내 피랑
It's time
먼저
for
갈
no
거야.
music too.
This is really good. Whoa.
Yeah, the demi-beings, or whatever the hell. It's also interesting to note that it could be that the demi-beings used to be included, and were excluded by the head.
Unopposed. Oh, right, counters.
Which, how the demi-beings came to be, is another interesting mystery, I suppose.
All we know is that everything outside the city would refer to as the outskirts is weird and crazy, and there's something called ruins and stuff. Thing is, complete mystery of what's out there, but also what's out there is horrifying.
Yeah. I mean, they're like fucking eldritch abominations that can turn you into a giant eye that cries healing tears that will also reduce somebody to a fucking atom.
This music reminds me of something, but I'm struggling to remember what. Like, it has a very familiar vibe. I'm just struggling to remember what that is.
Yeah.
처리해볼까요?
I mean, the other thing is that
필요 없을 거예요.
the inside of the city still has monsters. What else would you call the fucking sweepers? The sweepers are technically human. Technically. But only because the head says they are, really.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
All I know about the head is that their idea of humanity is pretty fucking weird.
늘어졌네 저거. 맞추기 쉽군. 기름도 나오겠는 놈이구려.
Give Greg the coins.
급소가 전부.
Greg wants to fire a gun.
The thing is that when you're in the city, there's some measure of stability, as in you at least have an idea what's going on in the city, like ways to.
You know who's going to come fuck you.
Yeah, where out in the outskirts, imagine playing like it's a survival crafting game, except it's like also like a horror game at the same time. You just don't know what's out there ever.
I mean, it does seem like the people who live in the outskirts have some idea of what the fuck is out there, because the village elders, like, their job is probably to tell people, okay, this is all of the bullshit.
Yeah, basically, well, there's way to survive out there. It's like people in the post-apocalypse or something like that, or like Stalker, or what have you. Like, there are ways for you to survive, defend yourself and stuff, but it's just that there's some measure, like you at least like have some idea of how to survive, but it's not always going to protect you.
Yeah, and the few people that we've seen who come from the outskirts and live in the city now, came to live in the city and then fucking died, they're generally exceptional individuals, because Argalia and Angelica, for one, like, they they mentioned that Argalia and Angelica were victims of experiments of some kind, but
우리 편.
I say Angelica, not Angela, Roland's wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little. There, like, I guess it's like any sort of like immigration process. Like, if the immigration is extremely strict, then the only people who are going to get through are the extremely fucking exceptional ones. You're gonna get the people who in the outskirts had enough resources to get education and training, I guess, is the word I would use for it.
Ah, yes. To get out of the outskirts, you need to stop being a NEET, is what I'm hearing.
바람구멍을 내주지.
I mean, being a NEET isn't an option in the outskirts. Either you contribute to your community or you die.
It is essentially, it's basically show that you're capable. It's basically like how someone, like, you know, goes through all this shit just so they can be accepted into a wing.
Yeah. And even then, congratulations, you're now on the lowest rung of this new society.
한 방 먹였어.
Work your way back up, idiot.
Like, the only other people that's like gone out into the outskirts is actually Lobocorp. They had a branch out. They had like a branch out there.
Yeah, because they knew that, like, because Carmen's whole goal was to upend the order of things, so she knew that the head wouldn't allow that within the city, so she wanted to hide it as long as possible.
Damn it, Greg used all of his poise. Dumb motherfucker.
And then the reason it all went to shit is because Michelle ratted them out because she thought it was because of Enoch dying.
Why is this?
No, I think actually, it was not necessarily just because Ida dying. She was just that it was just she had concerns about what's going on with inside the company. Company, she was like, head, I don't think this is going on right. It's like, oh, actually, it was a bad idea to do this.
내 피가
Dude,
배고팠어.
man.
잘 됐다. 그치?
Gain 3 poise every turn. Heal 3 SP for every attack skill that dealt damage.
Which I don't wholly begrudge her for doing so, mostly because she was just
She was
scared.
a kid. She was naive. She thought, oh, these rules are in place to help people. If I tell the head, they'll help us. Oh, wait, no, that just made everything infinitely worse. And there was a reason Carmen came out here in the first place.
yeah, because not everybody's a freak like Enoch.
Yeah. Enoch was a weird fucking kid.
It's like, who's very like, hey, I could have conversations with Carmen. He's like, oh yes. He's like, so like this guy, what the fuck up this kid. Hip rep was just like, I want to hang out with him. I don't understand it. Got that thing he said.
Let us beat the shit out of Santa.
I mean, Lisa still loved him like a brother, which is why she was so torn up when Enoch died. So, time to do some reading, Highway.
Reading? Loses 1 poise when hit by an attack skill, but he gains 3 poise every turn.
Look at his skills.
I mostly ignored what his
Be the joy, be the comfort. Here's a gift. Time to get boxed.
Yeah, look at his defense skill.
If shield HP is completely depleted, get staggered next turn. If there's shield HP, gain 2 attack power up next turn. Ooh, buddy. And it provides 100 shield. Wow. It's fine though. Greg's good. Well, I am remiss to use this if I need more poise. If I want to shoot the gun.
It helps to break it, so then you can just like go hog on his ass next turn. But for the most part, I didn't really, I didn't pay too much attention to his shit, and it just like beat his ass.
Yeah.
Like I said, because this fucker ain't Papa Boingy.
So I don't gotta worry about the quad bonks.
Bonk,
No.
bonk, bonk. Well, actually, he does have a shit stuffer, but that only happens if you don't read.
Yeah, basically, if you're unlucky enough to do like fail.
Oh, I'm a moron.
I mean, the other thing is that.
Oh, there we go. We got it.
You could actually stuff your shit if you just have nobody target the
sack
defense, and it goes off once everybody's already done their damage.
It's basically it's like if you don't, you don't read. Mostly like if you don't counter his
기세를
shit.
다시 잡았군요.
Well, even if you counter all of his shit, like if the defense only pops halfway through, then you might not actually get through all of the damage
Time
that
to
you need to.
time to shoot the gun.
Like I managed to get the fail getting through his shield, stagger him and whatnot, but and he sharded his face where he's like, oh, like his funny face, I still beat his ass out of it.
Yeah. He's not hard. It's just I figured just in case I should point that
Yeah.
out.
He might
Yeah, it's
die
possible,
before I
yeah, he
shoot
can-
the
yeah.
gun. I hate this.
Yeah, because the thing is, you can like, because
Shoot
it's not
the
hard
gun.
to beat him.
Shoot
Most
the
of them
gun.
staggers typically.
Yeah.
He just blew him and just blew his nuts off.
That was actually
Oh,
a tame.
oh, oh.
That was actually a tame
My jingle
gun.
bells.
I've gotten it to like 400 before.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Humans, I'll separate the flesh from your bones! Santata's gut suddenly began to expand.
Uh-oh.
All of you, hold your breath!
Oh no, he's an inflation fetish.
Suddenly, a
Yeah.
large figure leapt out from the dark and slammed what looked like a stake into Santata's gut.
Whoa! It's a spell! A spell!
I think I'm about to pass out! A scent of potently fetid refuse lingers. Some sinners drop to the floor while others gag profusely. Clearly, this is a rather painful experience for all. This gas does not appear to be toxic. However, its scent appears to inspire an extreme level of discomfort in people.
That's one way to put it.
So, you defeated a northern giant, yet you don't seem to know the proper procedure for what to do afterwards. You hunters from the city? God, this guy is a rectangle.
He's fucking Davy Crockett is what he is. Look at that fucking scarf.
Proper procedure? Immediately before death, the northern giant's body fills with noxious gas before exploding in a rain of acid. The man who sticks Santa out his gut explained as he approached us. You have to puncture a hole in its gut to let out the gas before its internal organs condense it into acidic fluid. Allowing it to cause a chain reaction could, complicate things. Where am I getting this?
I mean,
Where am I getting this voice from? It sounds familiar.
yeehaw. I mean, Dante has had their ass saved by not having a nose twice. This fucking intermission.
Oh god, it's like right there. Oh, I remember. Chocobo Sam. That's where I got the voice from. Also, I just like seeing Greg here being a fucking villain. Evil Greg is so good. A journey's end. We defeated Santata, but his body began to expand as though it was about to explode. That's when we heard an unfamiliar voice from somewhere. I wouldn't call him Stalker, I'd say more like a survivalist, because like Stalker is very mil-spec.
Well, you have to think about the loners, though. Loners and bandits, so not necessarily.
True. Stench will come off. Who's this now? Mr. Domino! Ah, Mayor Domino, the best! Better than the rest! Crayon, who had been holding her breath with her fingers over her nostrils, ran over to the large man and hugged him. At least you're safe, Crayon. That's good. After stumbling for a moment, due to the stench most likely, Otis briefly gasped for air before approaching Domino. Hey, you! Identify yourself! Name's Domino. I'm a monster hunter from Cloudtown. I don't suppose I could call it a town anymore now. It's just me and Crayon that's left. Relax. I wouldn't even think about hurting any of you. So you're the hunter the girl mentioned. Otis relaxed upon Domino's confirmation. She leaned on a wall and looked to the floor in relief. Normally around this time of year, these monsters would have gone further north to a different village. So I was on an expedition to help them out. Looks like they decided to switch things up this time around. When I returned, they'd already finished the raid on our village and left. Damn it. It used to be predictable, attacking only right before Christmas. Do these tragedies happen often? Though I can't speak for the city, I can say this is a common occurrence in the outskirts. It's a hellish place to live, if you can even call this living. Survival alone is a miracle out here. Are there a lot more places out here like this? Like this mockery of a gift factory? No. Can't say I've seen a factory like this anywhere else. But I can tell you one thing. Compared to some worse things that could have happened, this tragedy was nothing. That's just the natural order of things out here. I do wonder sometimes, if we were living in the city, no matter how bad it gets in there, it must be better than this living hell. It was no easy contemplation to answer. The outskirts must be a hellish place to live if that's what he's told me anything to go by, but the city they admire so much isn't so warm itself. From what I've seen in my journey so far, at least.
Aha! Then accompany us back to the city! We were on our...
Don Quixote stopped herself, realizing that every other sinner was giving her a look of disapproval. Thank you for your kind words, at least. I wish it were that easy. If I could at least let this child enter the city somehow, just like that. But the city has no place to spare for this child. Not even a small corner for it. Even if you were somehow make it past the city's walls, there are countless variations of paperwork and procedure you must overcome before you could live the kind of life you desire. And what would people like us even do with such paperwork? Where would we find ourselves? Where would we find them out there? We've not studied or worked to find a job in the city as some youths or other villages do. Mister. There was an uncomfortable silence. Domino cleared his throat and continued. I must still extend my gratitude for keeping the girl safe, at least until my arrival. I know a good way to extend your gratitude. Maybe you could extend us a nice pouch of shiny and jangling bag of, Rodian's eyes were twinkling. The lingering stench made it difficult for her to speak, but she was determined to make her point.
Rodian, no,
yeah, this guy doesn't really have fucking money.
This is where you just say, a good deed is enough for me, and then you get to look cool.
Something shiny and jangling. Sure, maybe I could give you a tour of some antique items I keep at home. Precious items salvaged from the locomotive tracks of the outskirts. Not something you'll see every day in the city, I'm sure. Items from the outskirts? A tour alone could be worth much more than just pure cash. Faust? There's still a decent chance that the door we entered through might just shut behind us, right? Indeed. In fact, it is unclear whether the door is still open. I'd recommend a quick return to the bus, now that our two primary objectives have been secured. So she says. If you would permit me to speak my mind, Executive Manager, even if this is not the Great Lake, the outskirts is an extremely perilous place. This curiosity cannot be a reason for us to risk getting stranded in this environment. Looks like you've got to hurry that back then. Well, catch! Domino tossed a carved wooden doll in my direction.
Ah, fuck! Ugh, shit! Work! Dante just fucking fumbles it.
It does not appear to be anything dangerous. Let's inspect it further after we return. We mustn't dally any longer than we have to. Yeah, good idea. Some sitters had passed out and had to be carried by others. Most could not stop gagging at the stench. But still, we made our way back to the door. The door has remained open. We made it back to the safety of Mephistopheles. Well, what little safety there is. Sometime later. Boo! Stinky! Charon, evacuate! Evacuate! Charon quickly made her escape to the deck. Huh. And Virgilius greeted us in the cabins with a terrifying gaze. Looks like everyone had quite the adventure. Covered in blood and guts and a disgusting stench to boot. Oh, this is... Manager, I can't hear you anyway. So just reply to my query with a nod or shake. Your replies better match up with my expectations, of course. I've but one question. Was it you who made the call? I hesitated for a moment before nodding affirmatively. I might get reprimanded, or maybe he has worse things in mind for me, but it was I who decided to go along with the plan. This would not have happened without my authorization. Good. Then my questioning is over. Huh? I will leave it to you.
Just wanted to make sure that Dante knew it was their mistake.
I will leave it to you to deal with this mess. You may rest afterwards. And please, do something about that foul stench. Well then, with that, Virgilius disappeared into the back door once again. Huh. That's unexpected. I thought my time had finally come.
Be glad the best consultation is a consultation not had indeed. Alas, behold, one and all!
I don't know when she had time to pick it up in all that chaos, but Don Quixote managed to haul a huge sack of gifts back to Mephistopheles. Look at Heathcliff and Rodion. They are so done. You picked all that up from that mess?
I have laid claim upon the evil gnome's trinkets.
Now that's real commitment. What's all that for?
Art thou truly unaware of mine intentions? 'Tis for adorning our ship with Christmas decorations.
Wait, now? But we're still like 3 months away from Christmas. Wait, hang on. What? Oh, we were 3 months past with Sinclair's chapter, that's right. Agreed. Let us not risk peeling old wounds. To lower the morale of our company is, Oh, it's okay. It's been getting better with time. Little by little. Yeah. We can all grow beyond it. Eventually.
Marvelous! Then this appears to be an occasion most fit for a party, then! What say you?
Don't tell me you went through all this trouble for some party decorations. According to Dante's explanations, this incident was spurred by Heathcliff's need for an outfit. Heathcliff has been silently brooding in his seat with his face buried in his palms. Out of shame, most likely.
Verily, verily. Yet that very costume which we had sought was worn by none other than that monstrous giant. I don't suppose it would fit Sir Heathcliff anyhow.
Forget it. It's not the kind of look I was going for anyway. What did I say, Heath? We'll help you out as soon as we land, okay? The outfit's one thing, yeah, but the, You are speaking of the port ship we sailed past? The port ship on which the hair salon that printed those hair coupons conducted their business? The coupons could not be used, as the port ship was not on our chartered route. Leave it to me to style your hair. I've done my sisters' and younger siblings' hair pretty often. We don't know how long we'll be floating on this damn lakes anyways. Besides, I don't even know how to dress myself proper. I was gonna attempt the trial and error method. Okay, but can you at least tell us what it is that Virgilius gave you? Just so we know what exactly you're so anxious about? Oh, sod it. After a deep, heavy sigh, Heathcliff produced a letter? So this is the something Virgilius gave you. Help me out here, I'm shorthanded. Ooh, I remember. My family's used this envelope before. It's made from really expensive paper, made only in limited quantities at a time. It's quite a luxurious envelope. Can we read it, Heath? Sure. It's nothing impressive. Then, Dante, why don't you read it aloud for us? Sure. Rhodia handed me the letter. It's a letter written in a beautiful series of cursive handwriting, drawn to an almost calligraphic perfection. I began reading. From Wuthering Heights. Oh boy.
Oh, buddy.
We cordially extend you, honored guest, an invitation to the... what's this here? Someone colored over this part of the letter. Nah, well, whatever, I'll keep reading. Venture Wuthering Heights T Corp Nest. Should you accept our invitation, please convene at the designated location by 4 in the afternoon on the 24th with this letter on your person. Please honor us this occasion with your presence. With great respect, Nelly. Oh, and down here there's a postscript. It's written in a different handwriting from the rest of the letter. P.S. You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Kathy. We had no way to tell what kind of occasion it was on account of it being colored over, but... Clearly the rest of the letter's contents has stoked the fires of passion in Heathcliff's heart once again. So, you gotta look fashionable and classy for this Kathy person, right? Well, yeah. But it's more to it than that. Oh, quiet now. Now I can clearly see why you're so impatient, Heathy. Huh? What do you look at me like that? Oi! I'll leave it to you, up to you to style his hair, Master Hairdresser Hong Lu. Oh, I wouldn't call myself a master. What are you taking? What the bloody hell? Yeah, Rhodia's got quite the grip strength. You won't free yourself from her anytime soon.
Yeah, like... you would know that, wouldn't you, Ishmael?
The two sinners, practically hauling Heathcliff by his arms, disappeared into the back door.
Can't believe he's fucking dead.
Now, Heathcliff's fate was sealed. To be a mannequin to now motivated and unbelievably bored Rhodia's various experimentations.
Ah, I can hang this trinket here, and...
Don Quixote began humming a song, a carol perhaps, as she placed the various trinkets around the bus. I decided to go out to the deck for some air. I leaned on the railing and dug through my pockets. The wooden doll Domino the Hunter gave me just as we hurriedly left. I held it and felt its texture under my fingers. My eyes looked into the distance, towards where the outskirts lied. After this is going to be another railway. Ah yeah, we're going to get fancy Heathcliff for the railway. I thought for a moment about the gnomes, the giant, and the things Domino told me. I suppose there are people with stories in the outskirts too. Stories different from those of the city. Faust approached from behind and stood next to me. I wasn't sure how much of what I said she heard. Follow the stars, Dante, star by star. Then you will one day learn. So for now, follow the closest star that shines before your eyes. Yeah. I have to focus on the stories of the city for now. I don't really know who I am, after all. What? What is this SimCity-ass noise?
Stock crowd chatter sound effects.
Joyous laughter and frustrated howls echo out of the cabins. They must have finished up dressing up Heathcliff. Why don't we take a good look at how Heathcliff is doing, Faust? You make a rather tempting offer, Dante. The added color to the bus's interior warmed my heart a little. There's something very cute about the interactions between Dante and Faust.
Yeah.
And here's the
grind.
The farming
one, yeah.
Yeah, this is just the Santa fight, right?
Yup,
yeah.
It's just the Santa fight over and over.
like the crab one. It's basically the last mission without the story.
Yep. How many singles did we get out of this? 6? Shame
Just
there was...
click on it. It's like the last one. You just gotta get to the room.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's like a collect all.
Yeah, you have to click them all one by one, as far as I can tell.
It's click the same one. Yeah.
Except you have to click confirm every time.
Yeah, the shame that you have to click on it, but like the last event, it's just get to a certain number threshold and you collect it. It's not a you have to spend currency.
But you still have to spend an orb to, you know, do the repeatal. But don't you also get rewards from doing mirror dungeons as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure how much you get from doing a hard, but it's quicker just to do the mission.
I still intend to do a hard mode run later, just because, you know, stuff.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just saying that if you're gonna farm it.
Yeah,
너도 야자야?
it's definitely a farm event. But hey, guess what? We got enough lunacy. Damn it.
Could be a fake out. Nope.
No, it's only a fake out if it's 0 or 1 red. I could spend the 6 extracts, but at that point that'd get fucking monotonous.
너도 야자야?
What does the thing even do? Tremor Burst. Apply 1 damage up for the affinity with the highest resonance. Oh! Support Otis. Okay. Fucking cool. What? Wait. I could finally shell Faust. Well, no.
Actually, it's just SP, not.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
heal
basically how
HP.
it's full hit. It's not healing. Is damage up.
I mean, she feels sanity, so she's ramp, and then Rhodia will be the healer, and we can just replace Faust. I can finally put Faust away.
Honestly, I haven't been using Faust a lot.
너도
I know, it's just I
야자야?
get in this mindset of like I have to include L Faust because she just does everything, but now like I don't have to.
Come on.
Yeah, then I can just bring Rhodey and whatchamacallit.
Rhodia,
Marceau.
Marceau, Otis, one other person in support, but I forget who. I think oh yeah, Ishmael and Yisong have healing on their ults as well.
Honestly, though, it's like still if you're worried about getting hit by something heavy. This EO Uptide 4 was it Rose Desire with on Ishmael that takes care of like.
Is that
offense.
really that good? Because like man, I remember being fucking disappointed by Roseate Desire.
It at Uptide 4, I believe it's an offense down 8.
I mean, that works out to -2 power, -3 if you're lucky.
How do I look at your egos? Oh, no wonder I kept getting disappointed by it. It's a negative coin.
Yeah.
Paralyzed and 4 offense down.
Ah, there we go. I'm supposed to distort it. How much thread do I have?
I mean, you'll be getting a bunch of thread from the event.
Yeah. But this fucks.
It sure does.
And I don't even have it like fully uptied because the cost is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's a tier 4. What do you expect?
What if I got this in single 10 pull? Oh yeah. Yeah, I noticed that because like when I saw what Rhymeshank 4 does, fucking 10 syncing 8 sync count, this shit's fucking bonkers.
Yup.
And with the kicker of extra damage on higher HP stuff, like Rhymeshank is beast mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's my girl. Fucking love Rhodia. What is this? Get that weak shit. I was like, 4th match slaying, what is this shit? Get that weak shit out of here. Who cares about that? Oh, this is the Poise team, that's why Rhodia's... I mean, Brody has a poise skill. It's just not.
I mean, KK Roja can be okay.
Well, I'm gonna set sync
Just,
with her to
you know,
that. But then who's my 6th on this team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who the fuck was my 6th before? Oh, I think I remember what it was. It was KK Ryoshu for more bleed. But also she has the crit synergy with Blind Obsession. It's not great, it has the same problem as Sinclair in that she doesn't provide purple, but she provides bleed for Gregory.
I want another like more
너도
bleed
야자야?
crew because applying a fuck ton of bleed is still really funny.
Yup.
I'm just gonna just start clashing, just like clash. I don't do no damage, but just immediately explode.
키만 잡고 있어.
부선장이 필요한가?
검은 갈아뒀다.
전 준비되었어요.
Yeah, you have 80 bleed in one hit. Try to hit me.
Big man. Might as well get my dailies out of the way. I've been hanging back since because of this.
방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Ew, struggling. Gross.
바람구멍을 내주지.
God, Yisung always gets crits. It's ridiculous.
시원한 걸.
Also, wow, Greg got fucked up.
I still haven't had him do a full like 5 hit with his bonus stabbing yet.
I've had it.
I mean, if you take him into the mirror dungeon, that shit's free.
Yeah, it really is.
No, I do bring him because I generally do poison, do poison stuff and whatnot. But I still hadn't gotten lucky enough for him to go Pam.
내가 시범을 보이지.
승객이 딱 쓰는 방법.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
The problem I've been having is that lately, like, well, Greg's been having issues with getting coins because I took out Ryoshu.
좋다, 좋아.
I think he should be able to get back in the saddle.
제법 지쳤나 보.
나이스. 하나 잡혔다.
Greg just needs to get coins somehow. I say angrily with gritted teeth.
기름도 나오지 않는 놈이구려.
금방
He just needs to get coins somehow, Greg. Gregory.
It'd be really funny if it's like next chapter. Oh, there's a bonus in the dungeon where it's like your enemy, you go to reception and it's just
아까워진다.
the more well dressed your identities are, the stronger they are.
잘 됐다.
That'll never happen. The Faust still has some secret tech here, namely I could get purple off this shit. But, no secret 6 purple, unfortunately, but I did get Severnut. I might as well go for it.
So the most well-dressed IDs, so Seven Association and Sank
Ah.
Association.
양호.
악한 것만 그렇게 더 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
There's a 5 stab from Yisung. And then a nothing. I love the Mega Buster harpoon.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
I keep going for it even though I don't have coins just because getting the crit alone is like super nice.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
기름도 나오지 않는 놈이구려.
I haven't really noticed it with the a lot of the identities, but since I got to see Otis earlier today, did her Uptide 3 cutscene. At the end of it, she was using Shin.
And what?
Her
들리지 않는
Uptide
심장
cutscene for
고독 소리.
identity for Sync Otis.
모든 고래.
Really? I didn't notice that.
Because I don't. It looks like it is, but I can't say if it is for sure. But she did have like funny
제압 작업은 이것으로
like
완료하면
rings
되겠네요.
around her weapon.
다시 관리 작업으로 돌아가겠습니다.
Oh, I didn't get any rewards for dailies. Interesting.
너도 야자야?
It's event missions, mirror dungeons,
다른
and
사람들은 어쩜 그렇게 의자에
main
못
missions.
박힌
So
듯
it's
앉아 있을
main
수 있는
mission.
거야? 가만. 진짜 못을
No,
박았나?
it's not for your day. It's not your dailies.
Give me the boxes. Strictly on Liu Faust. Yeah, the burn team really needs it. But yeah, that was the Miracle in District 20. It's actually a pretty cute event. And it's nice to see Heathcliff not being a cunt most of the time. Like, he actually seemed like, you know, a genuinely, like, distraught person.
No, I'm waiting for a Liu at India that has a weapon.
District 20 was a fucking lie? Oh yeah, huh?